Hey everybody, and welcome to D4, where I, Dustin,
And I, Devin, co-DM a 5th edition game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes. True.
Again, we wanted to thank everyone who donated, helped spread the word and everything to help us raise $8,600 for Extra Life. Yes. We cannot thank you enough. You can continue donating over at d4extralife.com until the end of the year to help raise those numbers if you so wish. And if you do, thank you. It's all going to a great cause and giving a bunch of kids a chance of a life of adventure.
Yep. Also, want to remind you that we still have our supplement Resurrection, a D4 variant rule, available on the DM's Guild. You can find it there and add a little bit of a spice to Resurrections to make it a little more meaningful and not just, hey, I spend this diamond and you're resurrected now. And you can find that, as I said, on the DM's Guild. Also want to go ahead and remind everybody that Die Hard Dice is doing their holiday special right now, and they're offering 10% off of all orders. But if you use code D4D&D, all capital, you can get 15% off all orders with at Die Hard Dice. And they've got some brand new dice coming out for this that are gorgeous.
They are so hot. I'm getting all of them.
I'm not surprised.
I know we forgot to do.
What did we forget to do?
Who's missing tonight?
Oh,
Sadly, we are missing an Ethan tonight. He has other important things that he has to do out in the real world. And I forgot to write an Emmett and dang old Jimbo skit, because it's what we always do when he's gone. Okay.
That's all right.
Anyways, make sure to enter hashtag Eldritch into the chat later tonight in order for your chance to win an amazing Eldritch Foundry miniature from our friends over at eldritchfoundry.com.
Yep, but let's go ahead and hear from our other sponsors.
I want you to look deep inside yourself. I want you to reach into the empty pit that is your soul and realize you have nothing. Why? Because you don't have a cauldron. I have a cauldron. I'm looking inside the cauldron, taking off the lid and looking at the cauldron. What's inside the cauldron? Everything. Look, as I run my hands through everything in the cauldron, I'm pulling it up. I'm letting it dribble through my fingers. But what's running specifically? Expanded subclasses. Because it's Tasha's cauldron of everything. Everything's inside of Tasha's cauldron of everything. There's expanded subclasses, new subclasses. You thought subclasses were good? I got subclasses on your subclasses. You want character options? There are so many character options here. You can't even have it. It's everything. And group patrons. One was enough. Now your group can get involved in the patron game. Want everybody involved in the patron game? Tired of separate religious wars? Get on the group patron game. All new spells, artifacts, and magic tattoos. Have that tramp stamp on your back. Casted magic missile all you want. Expanded rules options. You thought there weren't enough rules? You want new rules? You want to try out new rules? You want to break the system, make your own system? Tasha's Cauldron of Everything's got all of that. And you want puzzles? Suddenly, your party comes across a dragon horde, and all of a sudden they're playing the most deadly game of Sudoku you've ever seen. The plethora of puzzles are out. You're available when in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Pull it out. Get it. Everything. There's a soul in your hole, and the soul is shaped like Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Hey, we're giving away one today. Hashtag Beyond. Put it in. Why aren't you doing it? Come on, man. Tasha's Cauldron of Everything comes out November 17th.
I'm so hyped for Tasha's Cauldron of Everything now. You know what else I'm hyped for? I am hyped for the fact that this is heavy, my Platinum Edition Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden box from Beetle and Grimm came in, and y'all, this is just the box. Like, this isn't even, I forgot to grab the map tube. The map tube is like this big, this big around and yay long. It's ridiculous. But I wanted to show you a couple things that you get in the Platinum Edition boxes, just so that in the future, when they announce the next one, you know you want to get it. Let's see. First off, I'm going to show you, they have miniatures from WizKids, and these things are gorgeous. This is the Frost Salamander. And let me do this. He is iridescent, y'all, and absolutely beautiful. And it's hard for me to tilt right and see. So pardon my terrible skills here. But that's the Frost Salamander.
Killing me, Smalls.
I know, right? I have like the matron, the maven rather, of miniatures here, and I can't do this well. I should have asked you to do this.
Oh, I could have. Derp.
Yeah. Do this.
Do you want to Vanna White it and I'll talk about it?
Yes.
All right, so this is the Frost Giant skeleton, and you can see it's got its axe raised up, as well as this awesome metallic Viking-style helmet. There's even skulls that are in the embellishments around the band. And all of these are on the clear base, which means you'll be able to see your terrain underneath, which, we know here, clear bases are primo when it comes to terrain, because then you get to actually see what's under there. Keep in mind, the circles do mean certain things. So these guys, they are the large ones there. If you ever get a mini that has the clear plastic base with a frosted circle in the center, that means that is the scale you want to use there for its taking up spot when you put it down there. But these guys are all pre-painted and they have fantastic details going on there, and you're going to love them. They will give you the chills, full pun intended.
And then one more. Everyone's going to love this one.
This is the Snow Owl Bear. And he is the heckin' chonk in this adorable position, either getting up and ready to get ready for battle or throw a fish, maybe a knucklehead trout. That would be awesome. But yeah, they are quite popular and they are adorable too. And just the whole set. It's the D&D Icons of the Realms. If you're interested in those, they are the Icewind Dale, Rime the Frost Maiden. And the ones in the Beetling Grimms are like the best of the best.
They're gorgeous, seriously.
Yeah.
And then one of the other things that they put into these boxes are items like this, jewelry and prop items. And this is the say it for me because I can never say it, Chardrin.
The Chardalin?
Chardalin, thank you. The
You're
Chardalin
welcome.
dragon token that came in there. And this thing is gorgeous. It's silver and gold and absolutely amazing. You see his head over here. Rawr, I'm a dragon, rawr. But yeah, there's all sorts of props and stuff in here. There's all sorts of battle maps and craziness, and I'll show you some more next week, but I'm going to leave it there for now. So the next time they put out a Platinum Edition box, you're going to want to get in on that. Interestingly, it's not too late to get the Silver Edition box of Rime of the Frost Maiden. So head on over to beetleandgrimms.com and put in your order today. They're going to start shipping out soon, so you want to get that order in because it is a limited number of boxes. Anywho, head on over there, head to their Twitter and follow them because they put out wonderful posts that engage the community, and it's a lot of fun. Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse.
One thing that I definitely want to talk about with Eldritch Foundry is they have released Dragonborn.
Yes.
Dragonborn are available now, so head over to their creator and you can create amazing Dragonborn miniatures, as well as give a gift card for the holiday season. They have opened up gift cards, and so if you want to give the gift of a miniature and let someone build their own miniature, then you can do so with a gift card from Eldritch Foundry. As we also said, you can enter hashtag Eldritch in the chat for your chance to win your own miniature.
Down that sound pretty good there, Jimbo.
I mean, I do what I can.
All right, let's hear from Catkins.
All right, hey all you cool cats and kittens, how you doing? I have no skit or anything. I'm just that neat. So let's see. So the update for this past week with RockPunch ATL is Greg played Pokemon Heart and Soul again, still at it. And Babs Fails at Video Games still is playing, but now Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. What a throwback. So many hours of so many of my friends' lives were dedicated to that game. Very excited to see that. Retro gaming on the NES with Colton and Greg. And for the Wednesday video, is a new episode of Drive-In Movies, right? Well, the movie they saw was one that I had never heard of until now, until they made this video. It came out this year called Assassin 33 AD. What is Assassin 33 AD? Well, what if Jesus never happened? Time travel, and what's up with all the weird time travel movies this year, guys? Like, I know you're not really crazy about 2020, but this is wild. Like, I just gotta read that. When a billionaire gives a group of young scientists unlimited resources to study the science of matter transfer, the scientists unlock the secrets of time travel, but they soon find out that the project is backed by a militant extremist group, and the billionaire plans to go back in time and prove that Jesus never rose from the dead. Shockingly enough, that is not something we talk about on Court in the Macabre. That sounds like an episode. I just got very, very into that. So there's a video about that. You should go watch it because RockPunch made it. And Court in the Macabre still back on Thursdays. Last week we did a live stream. It was about stuff. So yeah, and of course Tampo, An Adventure in the Islands is our new D&D live stream based on the islands of Sina Una, and it's Fridays at 7. So I just got really distracted by Assassin 33 AD. I just really blew me off. Like, course. I'm crying. I'm actually crying.
And I just wanted to remind you all that we have merch for sale at d4dnd.com. And I want to say a special thank you to my half of the merch mom. She wanted me to make that specific announcement because they're sisters. For making these custom jackets for all the ladies who have visited the Void, because we're now part of a special club. So thank you, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
And that's
Mom.
d4dnd.com.
Now that we are done torturing her with our terrible ad reads, let us please introduce our guest tonight. We are joined by the amazing and talented V Muse, also known as the Crafting Muse, who is returning to play Patty Jameson, the Jurgle Doomscribed. We all met on the Venlee one-shot during the Extra Life weekend stream. So thank you for joining us.
You're very welcome.
Welcome to D4.
I know, I'm kidding.
I mean, fair. Yeah, fair.
All right.
Now, without further ado, let us immerse ourselves
Into the Chronicles of D4.
We're back.
Yes. So, last time on Doppel Delivery with Dual Deceptions, Venlee returned to the group after a short stint away training Alpha Lead at the Blackstaff Tower and finding her new devotion to the final scribe, Jurgle. Feeling more confident and focused, she returned clad in armor and on a mission from Laurel Silverhand. Around her neck hung the symbol of Mystra, the mother of magic, imbued with the silver fire weave that dances in the ceiling of the Open Lord's office. Waiting and planning with the BFGs was their longtime friend and totally evil-looking Dragonborn cleric of Bahamut, Kaiser Vex, also sent on a mission to aid them from the Blackstaff on behest of the Open Lord. While the help of team planning, a doppelganger disguised as the assassination target, and the aid of a few allies, they set out to take down Manshun's right-hand man and main fence for the Zentarum, an Eladrin known as the Winter's Wind. The team was instructed to meet outside the city in a small adjacent Commonwealth town known as Undercliff Village, and meet with the Winter's Wind at a small tavern known to be a safe meeting place for off-the-books business. With clever planning, they dose the doppelganger disguised as Tharduk Starbuckler with a potion of feigned death to put him into a catatonic state to fool the Eladrin while they are escorted down to the village by Maloon War Dragon. They meet in the damp darkness of a cellar under the tavern where the Winter's Wind was waiting. After successfully fooling the Fey-Blood man, he calls for a hit squad to come in from the hidden storage rooms and from through an arcane gate where a harrowing battle ensues. If it were not for the aid of their allies, the blessing of Mistra, but more importantly, their clever thinking, they may not have made it out alive. However, they prevailed and felled the Bully Blade mercenaries, as well as destroyed the Eladrin, leaving him to no longer spread his turmoil across the Sword Coast on behest of Manchun.
Searching over the bodies, they found the evidence that these were nothing more than hired goons when they found 1,000 dragons on each of them, while Venlee takes a tooth trophy from each, including the Winter's Wind and his ice blue and white cloak etched with arcane symbols. In the aftermath, Kaiser Vex and Maloon gathered the bodies of the fallen, some of which they had stabilized to take into custody at the request of Maloon, so that they may be tried by the city's magistrate and the Open Lord be made fully aware of the successful outcome, and also hopes that they may pull information from them.
One quick note, I would have asked Kaiser Vex or one of them to heal the doppelganger as we...
Oh, I assumed I laid hands on him.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He was healed and
By whatever means, through Kaiser Vex and Seisha, he was healed
Gotcha.
of his wounds from the purple fireball.
Yep. You all help with the tasks of retrieving the bodies to be burned and buried in the City of the Dead, while Venlee meticulously records their names into her holy book of Dagult. Even learning the name of the Winter's Wind to be Ionrik Netyoive, which you realize means his pseudonym in Elvish. It isn't long before the day is gone and the sun begins to set on the small farming village that rests under the massive cliffs that elevate Waterdeep, that now cascade long, oppressive shadows across the grasslands. Harold looks to you all and then back out across the farms away from the city. With a heavy heart, but assured confidence, he tells you all, since he is already so close and still worried about Petunia, that he's going to go meet her parents and make sure she is okay, but will return soon, and to try not to have too much fun without him. Oh, he also tells you, if you come across some purple pajama pants, he really wants a pair, but it should be fine because it's a different style of pants. But on a more serious note, he hands you a folded letter without an envelope with the caveat, if you see the Castellaners before I do, let them read this. You can read it now if you want. I don't know. Good luck, and I'll see you soon. And with a fist bump to V, he will make his way off and down into the farmlands of just on the outskirts of Waterdeep.
You all return to the tavern, sending the doppelganger on his way as he... as you've already paid him, I'm sure.
I already paid him.
Yep, and he tells you that it was fun. He has never had such a good night's rest, and he can't wait for the next time. But you all return to the tavern, seeing the wake of festivities you sadly missed from the events of Shieldmeet. You are left contemplating the sheer amount of chaos you have all endured, whether for better or worse, over the past 2 days, juxtaposed to the city's joyous festivals. And you finally have a quiet moment alone to discuss your future plans as you unwind in the common room. What are you all doing?
Something I would have done probably the previous day. Okay, first off, how does the stone work?
So you can ask it a question a day, basically. You could not have asked it the previous day, as a question had already been asked of it.
Fair enough.
You could not get the answer from it. So today would be the first day that you could ask it something.
I would like to ask it where the Brandarth crypt is.
Okay, hold on. have to do that in a second. It's too big.
Notes.
Shouldn't you ask it where specifically the item we're looking for is?
Assume it would be the same thing because that's what it already showed me
So,
where the item is.
In a soft but familiar voice in your mind, but much more calm, unlike the panicked and hastily just that droning sound that you've heard for so long. This voice surges through your mind with absolute clarity, with a rush of information that embeds itself into your mind. You take
7 points of psychic damage.
Not down.
Go ahead and take that off of your maximum hit points.
Okay, noted.
Yep. And you hear, lost in the tombs where the lords find rest, and deep in the city of the dead lie the last ashes of the Brandarth lineage. Beware those not devout and dedicated to the divine respect of the dead who open the tombs, for they may find themselves lost within the catacombs, sealing their fate with the forgotten.
I'll just copy that. Send that to you, Logan.
I take it, rubbing my temples, but
You okay?
we're getting closer and closer to getting this done. And I've just asked the stone where our next lead is. There is a place in the city of the dead called the Brandarth Crypt. That is where the last key is going to be. And that was all it told me.
Okay.
Do we go after it without Harold?
Can we?
Hey, I mean, you found the last piece without me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm more wondering if we can, from a getting in trouble standpoint, not a needing to have him there standpoint.
I work closely now with both the Force Grey and the Parish of Lionsbane. Worst case scenario, I can invite my friend that I was telling you about, Hattie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's higher up, a little bit higher up in the ranks than I am in the Parish of Lionsbane, so the one downside would be we wouldn't be able to tell her exactly why. I mean, I could tell her it has to do with what happened with Bane and we were chasing a lead. She might help with that.
That's not untrue.
It's not?
Okay.
Give me 1 second. And she, waddles over to her two skeletons and says, "Vroosh." And her armor just falls to the floor and she looks to the skeletons and say, "Will you put that in my room, please?" And then she sits back down on the couch.
And you watch as they lean down, pick them up.
Sorry, it was getting hot in there.
Drake.
Harold said we could read the note, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said you can read it now if you want.
Yeah, I kind of curious.
So, Voss.
Yeah.
The more that, as you sit here, and the more of that image of that knowledge is burned into your mind from the stone. Brandarth. There's something familiar about that name.
Has anyone there ever heard of the name Brandarth?
Sounds familiar. Hang on. Aren't they one of the noble families? B?
Sorry. I think so.
Zaisha pulls out her book and starts going through it. So many notes.
I'm not sure. There's so many names, and honestly, growing up, I never cared about any of them.
That's fair. Can I make a history check or something?
Yeah, go ahead and make a history check.
We'll try as well if nobody else will.
Hey, where am I? History.
Logan, I would also say you could do like a straight intelligence check with advantage because you have
Keen mind.
but it's
Understood.
been so long since you've heard that name.
18.
12.
Okay. 12. Okay. You don't remember the name specifically Brandarth. What you recall is a place renamed to Brandarthal Manor. And the reason why you remember that is because that is the name that Renaer changed it back to.
Oh,
Oh.
Renaer's house.
Well, I should have known that one.
No,
We really
haven't
gotta
heard
start
it
paying
in a long
attention.
time. It's been a long time. But yeah, that was Renaer named his house Brandarth. What?
Brandarthal. Basically Brandarth Hall.
Oh, Brandarthal. Brandarth
Yeah.
Hall.
You know,
And it was
usually when I walk into a building, people don't introduce its name to me.
he only said it once and he told you that it was in the namesake of his mother.
He named it after his mother. Oh, we're going into the tomb of his... That makes so much sense. Of course he would have been disrespectful enough to invade the tomb of his wife.
Or his wife's family.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
he didn't care about it.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're going into a tomb.
We could
Hang on.
bring him with us.
I think we should.
Give us a likely reason to also be going down there.
I just would feel really weird doing that without him. Seisha, what is that?
The laws of the city.
Oh my gosh, you just keep that on your person?
Oh yeah, of course. So under in the article of the Crimes Against the City, Section 3, Article 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tomb robbing carries a sentence of imprisonment up to a 10-day and damages covering the cost of repairs plus 500 gold.
If we get caught.
We can cover that.
Yeah, we can cover that, is what I
I
said.
think it would be per person.
Okay, so revisiting what I said.
Well,
if
some
we
of you
get-
guys could be invisible.
I can
right?
be
No, we
invisible
can't.
the whole
Harold's
time.
not here. Oh wait, can you cast it?
I can, it's just on me.
So one of us could be invisible.
Well, I mean, if anyone's going to prison for 10 days because they got spotted grave robbing, it's probably gonna be me and Seisha.
Yeah.
Venlee,
Oh, I've never been to jail. It would be a new experience.
is there any way
Could
we
be.
can make this seem like Greyhound business?
I mean, I
Oh,
can just
wait.
say it's Greyhand business. And
Oh.
hope it works.
I mean, it's your business and you're a greyhound.
Exactly. And I have been hired by L'Oreal and Bajra to do exactly what we're doing.
Either
We
way,
Can Renaer not go of his own free will?
Why would we? Are we taking him?
Well, it's,
If I assumed if we did, it would help.
Renaer may not
want
be
to.
too enthusiastic about us raiding the grave of his mother.
Well, I'm not excited to,
Jeopardize
disturb
your
the grave of my
relationship.
boyfriend's mother either. I might have to sit this one out too then.
Clarification. Because I've been gone for a while. Does Rainier know that we have this?
No.
We have not told him directly.
I think we've danced around it enough that he has a clue that we've got
He knows we have something important.
something important. Petunia knows.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why can't we tell Renair?
Because the fewer people who know, the better.
But Petunia knows.
Because she was with us.
Okay. It's fair.
This is one of those bits of information that is very dangerous. And information is meant to be shared, but you have to be careful that the information you share doesn't lead to more people getting hurt. And I think more people would get hurt if everybody knew we had this, then would benefit from it.
I'm not talking about everybody, just Renair.
I know, but
Stone said specifically the last ashes of the Brandath lineage.
Like in the most recent, like the last, or the last, like the last of it?
Hard to say.
Oh.
It
Yeah,
did give
'cause
me warnings of disrespect for the dead.
Oh,
as
well, I have nothing but the utmost respect for them.
I have a lot of respect for the dead.
And
Better cool people.
And circling back, if we were to invite Patty, she carries a little more weight than I do.
Who's Patty again?
Mentor of sorts. She was with me when I found Bane.
Oh.
Bane.
Oh, okay.
I have no problem with this, so long as we can keep the stone secret.
Yeah, I'll just tell her we're following a lead with the Grey Hands about Bane's death and other things.
Very well. Is it late tonight?
It is evening, yes. You've spent most of your day cleaning up the aftermath with Maloon and Kaiser Vex and everything happening in Undercliff Village.
Is the sun slightly still up?
It can be the sunset, yeah.
Okay, yeah. In the middle of this, she sees you look towards the window. She looks towards the window and she's like, okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I forget time of day is important now.
Yeah. Mine is morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird. Sorry, what were you going to say, Voss?
Only that we're probably not going to be able to get in touch with her tonight. And given what just happened, I imagine no one is particularly enthused about raiding a tomb.
I could use a good night's rest.
I could too.
I agree.
But, hey, Venlee? Are you okay?
I'm much better now, actually. I meditated a lot on the things that have happened to me and to all of you. And I ultimately came to the conclusion through my studies and training of Alpha Lead that I am more valuable here than anywhere else. And I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. That is the last...
valuable to me.
Thank you.
You know, I don't know why, but for some reason, I thought you were about to lead up to just that, you know, the void sucks.
It does. I was more talking about the whole death aspect of my life, but
Right.
also,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, okay. Since you're the one with the most experience, what's more traumatizing?
The void.
I thought so.
The death aspect is surprisingly calm and serene. It's just a matter of getting over the fact that you died in the first place is what's difficult. Once you do that, it's no challenge at all. It's like an old friend welcoming you home.
Speaking of the void, did any of you guys catch what the doctor said when I flew up to fight him?
What, who said?
I definitely did not.
The doctor.
No, I'm not.
He was asking for information about some sort of knife.
He was asking about the dagger, but when I approached him and drew my weapon. He said, Seisha Valisbard, you've been chosen.
I do remember that.
I'm
In
sorry.
passing.
He said what?
He said, Seisha Valisbard, you have been chosen.
Chosen.
By the stone?
He never attacked me.
Maybe this, I mean, that we all knew the stone kind of really liked you.
Chosen for what?
I don't know. I have no clue. But it worries me.
Venlee will cross the room to wherever you're sitting and put her hand on your shoulder and look you in the eyes and say, he was probably just trying to get into your head. He had the power of the stone, so he probably knew what you were going through and wanted to throw you off your game because he knew he was going to die by your hand. I assume he died by your hand.
Insight. Venlee, you can roll either persuasion or deception and just send that number privately to us.
Hot. Oop, not everyone. Hello? There we go.
Okay.
24 for me.
All right, Venlee, what does she know?
Venlee is very concerned, and she's putting up a wall of almost like a mother would, of being like, it's nothing to worry about, that kind of thing. But behind that wall, she is very concerned about you.
Okay.
It's probably nothing.
Thanks.
So with that, I'm going.
I just figured I should mention it in case it becomes a thing later, but
Of course.
Yeah. It's never, well, I won't say that, but in most cases, it's not harmful to share information with us.
I did kill him with help. Blaven and Harold attacked him too.
Blaven was there?
Blaven was there. Blaven was Voss's date to the dance.
No, he was not. He was not
They
on
were
a
the
date.
cutest couple at the ball.
I'm leaving. I'm going to bed.
When's the next date?
I flip you off as I head back.
Flowers. They should pull me off the note and starts reading it. You guys want to know what it says?
Sure.
Venlee will yell down the hall, hey, we're reading the note if you want to hear it.
Boss will stand in the hallway and listen, but
He doesn't want to do the awkward walk of shame back into the room.
No, he does not.
I mean, his bed is literally like 10
It's right
feet
there.
deep.
Yeah.
Castellanners, I write you now because I don't know what else to do. To face you would leave me heartbroken, but to insult you again would be a disservice to you. I apologize for my rude outburst in what must have felt like your lowest moment, and I regret it deeply. Oh, you don't know what happened.
What did Harold do?
No.
No. Oh my
no.
gosh.
The party at the Castellanners, right? The big gala.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed it, by the way. I tried to send
Yeah.
some.
Oh yeah, all the transforming and monsters and not people and
we did an incantation, and there were runes carved under certain seats at each of the tables that we sat at for dinner. And anybody sitting on the chairs that had the runes carved under them turned into a far realm beast.
lot of tentacles. Lot of tentacles.
Anyone we knew?
No.
Good.
Well, yes.
Well, V knew them, but not like friends of our, not good friends, just assorted nobles.
So the Castle Lanterns said this incantation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't seem like they wanted to do it.
They seemed
They seemed like forced to do it, maybe, or feeling like they had no choice. There's a lot of emotion.
They had their children. We rescued their children from the place we were taken.
Oh.
Oh yeah, they were taken. That was the
Yeah.
thing too.
So, okay, so that's what happened.
I knew there was something off about them.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Knowing what I know, you must have felt you had no choice but to acquiesce to the whims of a very evil man who did something unspeakable to you and your children. It does not undo what was done, but I want you to know I understand. A choice so cruel should never have reached people so kind. I wish you'd asked for help. I'm sure you had no choice. I'm sure you were watched, and I know you were out of your depth, but gods, I wish you'd asked for help. My name is Harold Hovelton. I feel you should know. For many years, I silently fancied you a family of my own. I feel silly now looking back, knowing you didn't know my name and I was only hired to help. But we did have good times, right? I don't know what fate will befall you, but I pray that your situation is considered in the outcome. I wish this hadn't happened, and I wish I was strong enough to face you. I know you are kind people, and I know you are not evil. My heart aches for the last good thing of my past slipping away. But know that I am not angered by what's happened. I'm only saddened. All I can do now is fight for the future and try better to create a world where your kindness is not exploited by those who seek evil. But so too must you find your resolve to face that evil, to find the means to defend against it. Perhaps in the future, if able, I will speak with you in person. Until then, I pray mercy for you and your family. You've suffered enough. Harold Hovelton.
Well,
I'm worried about Harold.
he'll be fine. We all have to go through a metamorphosis sooner or later.
But my heart aches for the last good thing of my past slipping away.
He doesn't mean that. After all, he has V. And I'm sure if he was here, V would have probably punched him by now for that one.
Probably. Or he would have stipulated, but not V. But the fact that he says that, I think maybe we should try to cheer him up and make him see the good that's still around him.
I don't think it's
one of those things that he has to do on his own.
I think this is a matter he has to handle on his own. It's a difference between mourning what was and accepting what is.
I think he is right now.
Yeah.
Think about where he went.
Yeah.
He's moving forward. In a way. Meeting between his parents is awfully bold. But I would expect...
I mean, I get... Never mind.
No, what?
I was supposed to make a really bad joke.
Okay.
So don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, if we're gonna do this tomorrow, we should probably get some sleep.
Read.
I do, however, want to bring up again that I would feel very strange, defacing, raiding, intruding on Renair's mom's grave without him knowing.
We are not simply going in there to wreck it.
I know, but on the off chance there's something in there that causes us to wreck it, like every place we go to, or every place I go to at least.
That's fair.
Maybe we can just tell Renair we have to go in there to find something.
I mean, we could tell him about Bane and give him the same story that we give Patty. It only has ability.
That works.
Okay.
If you can find him.
He'll be here for breakfast. He's always here for breakfast.
I will imagine that the Harpers, given what we accomplished tonight, are going to be fairly busy.
Well, he's
not a
still
Harper
a bar
anymore.
manager.
Oh yeah, Renair's not a Harper anymore.
Well, maybe you will find him then.
Is there anything else I missed before we move forward?
There is so much.
I don't think I'm a Harper anymore either.
Hang on. Seisha pulls out her notebook. Actually, here, read this tonight.
So there's that.
And Seisha will hand Venlee all of her notes.
Good. That will take over all of the time that you missed and out of play watched the episodes. And you now retain all of the knowledge that Rhea knows.
Right.
Yay!
Last thing V did say is, but it kind of makes sense for me to not be a Harper anymore because I have a very love-hate relationship with this city.
I thought you were still a Harper. I thought it was just Rainier.
I thought it was me and Harold too.
You two got to stay Harpers. He got removed because he's so high profile.
Oh yeah. I guess in a way it was like, maybe, I'm rethinking it a lot, I guess. I don't really feel like my heart's super in it. No, thank you.
Okay. Would you like to follow?
I need to think about it.
Okay. All right. Good night, guys. I gotta go feed and snuggle Biblio.
I have undead to feed as well. Goodbye.
They eat?
No, it was a joke.
Oh, okay.
As she walks down the hallway.
Seisha will run downstairs, grab the tray of the day's scraps, and run up, feed Biblio, snuggle him, and go to sleep.
Okay.
All right.
He checks out her weird cat scarf.
And yeah, I totally forgot about that. You put it on, and it begins to purr against you. It has a nice warmth feel to it. And for a second, you swear it moved, but you check it. It doesn't seem to do anything. But as you're sleeping throughout the night, you hear Bob Bush get knocked over.
I knew he was magic.
And you hear,
Bob, did you grow legs?
and you look around, and it is the scarf with the zoomies running around the room.
Oh, I forgot. I need to name you.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Make a perception check? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Natural 1. 5.
Okay. All right.
You don't see anything tonight.
Damn it.
Yeah.
You're so close to being an 18.
You all eventually awaken to the bright sun pouring in through your windows on the first day of Elisis, or as Waterdavians know it, Agaren's Day, in name of the first Open Lord. No large celebrations fill this day, but it is customary for the Open Lord to take a day of rest to wander the streets greeting citizens and visiting local taverns. You all continue your morning rituals of getting breakfast and meeting with each other. V, you wake up and you look over, and what you did not notice in the night is the fallen plant of Biblio as he is poured out.
Bob.
Not Billy. Bob Bush.
Yeah, sorry, Bob Bush.
Billy Bob Bush.
Yep. Bob Bush overturned, and there is a
Small bag,
yeah.
little pouch, toppled out from the dirt.
What? She goes and picks it up. What is this?
It clings and jingles a little bit.
I opened the bag.
It's full of harbor moons, crescent moons.
Harbor moons. Yep.
You remember that you snuck and hid these coins gifted you from the Castellanters.
Oh, yeah.
And it is
300.
no,
Is it?
no, it's a total of 1,000. So
That's
it's
right.
20 harbor moons.
Yeah, 20 harbor.
Oh, man.
He's buying lunch.
I can't tell anybody about this because they'll know I've had it the whole time and I didn't tell anybody. Wait, so it's how much is that total in gold?
It's a total of 1,000 gold. Yep.
How did I forget 1,000 gold?
You remember that you hid it because you felt that the Castellanters were trying to guilt you into something.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, V, you gotta start writing stuff down. Maybe like keep a diary or something. I'm starting to get worried about our memory.
Follow Ogma.
Maybe I should. Is talking to myself a problem? I should talk to Seisha about that. Well, I can't tell them. I'm gonna put it back. I just put it back.
And
All right, you put it back and you cover it back up and you set it back up.
So it costs 1,000 gold to not be embarrassed.
Oh my god, that was beautiful.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, and
Where do I find this scarf? Is it just on the floor?
Right now, it is curled up around one of your bedposts.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay.
But you finally gather all yourselves, and you find that the tavern is more busy than usual, slightly more packed, awaiting the possible presence of the Open Lord. And you do see Renair. What are you all doing?
He just waves to y'all as he's
helping with the extra crowd.
Mm-hmm.
We should go tell him. Hey, Renair, can we talk to you for a minute?
And he's like, Javier, I need 3 Open Lord specials coming up right now, please. I'm real busy, but of course, yeah, give me a second.
We'll be quick. Who's
and,
doing the talking?
He'll
I look at you.
Okay.
Yes.
We're not technically lying to him.
I know.
If you want me to do this, I will. If you
No,
feel
I'm
this
just
is
not
too
used to
suspicious.
doing it, but I can do it. I can do
I
it.
mean, if Seisha does it, then like it's pretty much.
The blow would actually be the lowest from you, Viola.
Yeah, I think people would be like, "Oh, well, she can't lie."
Well, it's not a lie.
Exactly.
So they would believe you, is what she's saying.
Yeah.
and after a few moments, he comes over, and like wiping wiping some sweat off, and he's like, "Whew."
Before he does, he's just gonna stand there for a second and go, "Okay, wait, what are we telling him?"
That the god of tyranny and strife is dead, and that we are going to look into a lead on something related.
Okay,
And
got it.
It's
Got it.
in his mother's crypt. Yeah.
Right.
Wait. Should I do it?
You can if you want.
Talking isn't a one-person.
That is when he walks up. Hey,
Hi.
Real
And
quick.
I walk up and kiss him on the cheek.
He
Real
turns
quick.
a slight shade of red, but he's like, and he'll return the kiss on your cheek. And he's like, "What's going on? We are very busy this morning."
I understand. We are following up a lead on something that happened involving the murder of Bane, and that is going to take us into your.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, this
No,
is
you have to back up. I'm sorry, what?
Bane's been murdered.
Oh yeah, Bane's dead.
I fought his undead corpse.
But that was all Venlee.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
we
back
didn't do that.
Yeah. So you wanted the quick version. We are following up on that and looking into what happened. But in order to do that, we have to go into your mother's family's crypt. And we felt like it wasn't right to go in there without talking to you about it first.
Okay, you just like V finishing move uppercutted me here.
I know. Well, you wanted the quick version.
Okay. First of all, Bane can't be dead.
No, Bane's dead.
We can come back to that.
Bane's dead. Okay.
You need to go into my mother's crypt for what reason?
Her family crypt, because we're following up on the death of Bane. Venlee she went somewhere and saw Bane's corpse, and then he got up all undeady, and through a series of events, we have found that there's a clue about it there.
Yeah, make a persuasion check.
Okay.
You can have advantage on this because it's Rainier.
Oh, I don't need it. Crit 26.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, D&D Beyond.
You said 26?
Yes.
Okay. Some of the things that you just instinctively pick up on insight as this wash of like emotions aren't hidden on his face if you just keep hitting him with all of these very huge things. The first thing you catch was complete disbelief in what you said, no matter what you said about Bane. He's just like, yeah, okay, I don't believe you, but continue. And then a myriad of emotions that kind of hit when you mentioned the crypt of his mother. But he is listening and is open to your reasonings.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If it helps with the overall, I don't know why my mother's family's crypt has anything to do with it. I don't think she was tied to anything Far Realm related.
I don't think this is Far Realm.
It's tying up loose ends that we're looking at. It's quite confidential from my end, and I apologize for that.
If you don't want me to go, I can stay here with you.
Or if you want to go.
Personally, I feel really weird about it, too.
This has something to do with my father, doesn't it?
Probably.
Yeah.
All right. What do you need from me?
Just your knowing and being okay with it. Well, not okay, but understanding.
Perhaps you could grant us a letter of permission? I don't know if that's how this works. Typically, the cemeteries I go to are free. And
you have to stop by the Parish of Lionsbane and get someone to let you in.
This is kind of awkward, but is her family line ongoing? Is there a relative that we need to be worried about?
In what aspect? I don't understand what you
like, does she have any living relatives?
No, she was the last.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the last of her blood, but I carry the name Neverember.
Right.
Of my father. But you can find her in the Lord's Rest.
Okay. Sorry to ask this of you.
At this point, I shouldn't be surprised. He finds a way to. I should get back. I don't want.
Sure.
I can already see that Kara's about to come over here and say something to me. And I don't want to make her angry.
Yeah, no, none of us do. Thanks, Renair. Sorry.
If there's any problems or anything, just send me a message and let me know. And please tell me what happens and what you find.
Okay.
Of course. I look to Venlee and I say, it's time for you to contact your friend.
Of course, and it turns out we have to head there anyway, so perhaps we should all gather our things and head that way.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, and you can see he's eyes are distant and he is like furious, but not at y'all.
Yeah.
Does he walk away?
He's starting to almost distracted in this
Okay.
scenario. But he's still there.
Okay. V's trying to find a way to talk to him a little bit kind of privately. I'm not really sure how to go about doing that in this scenario.
If V looks like she wants to talk to him, Seisha's just going to reach out and kind of tap Voss and Venlee and gesture upstairs.
Without a word, she's just like, no, okay.
Okay. What's the room looking like right now?
I mean,
your compatriots are slowly leaving. The tavern itself is kind of big. You know that there's a cellar that is always empty if you want to help get things from down there.
Solid. Do you want a little bit of help before we leave?
His 21 passive insight is picking up what you're putting down, and he is like, yeah. Do you want to help me get something out of the cellar?
Yeah. Good thing I don't know how to be subtle.
I'm just very good at reading people's feelings.
That too.
will make his way down, kind of open it up,
Okay.
follow you down into the wine cellar.
Okay. Remember the thing I didn't tell you?
Yes, I remember the thing you definitely did not tell me.
It's about that thing. And
I assumed as much.
I know. They really just don't want anyone at all to know, and but I also, it feels wrong to not have you know.
I work in the... I know what it means to keep something from someone when the end game is bigger. It's what it is to be a Harper. But I also value your honesty.
I don't know if I really want to be a Harper. Such a love-hate relationship with this city. It doesn't always feel right.
You know that the Harpers are not just water Davians, right?
Not?
No, that's Force Grey. The Harpers are all across Toro.
What? No one told me that.
You're so adorable.
What? No one look, how am I supposed to know information if no one tells me what it is?
Yes, the Harpers are all over the world. We don't just protect Waterdeep.
Y'all always said all over. I just thought you meant the city.
And you see him smile. Whatever it is that my father has done, if it means the betterment of lives, I understand.
Well, I do need you to know that I did try to convince them to have you come with us because it just feels weird without you.
I want to be there. But I'm torn right now because if the Open Lord shows up, if Laurel shows up and I'm not here, I'm pretty sure Carol would kill me. Literally kill me. Like, I think she would legitimately kill me.
She'd probably get away with it too.
I'm quite terrified. I'm not going to lie. I'm not scared of pretty much anything. I'm terrified of that little...
You know, to be honest, I'm not sure I'd turn her in.
It's the mom voice. She gives that mom voice, and I'm just like, yes, ma'am, what can I do for you?
I understand that. All right, well,
She knows my full name, and I did not tell her.
Well...
I don't know how. She middle named me.
It's probably in a book somewhere, right?
It's probably in a book somewhere, but it was very unsettling. But keep me posted if you need me.
Yeah, I'm still mad I don't even have a middle name. It's so lame. We don't get cool titles until we do cool things.
Well,
but anyways, that's neither here nor there. Well, obviously, Kara is a much bigger threat than anything we have to face. So, Godspeed. And she embraces him and just goes, "Thank you so much for understanding. I'm really sorry. I really tried to do everything that I could. Thanks for not knowing anything at all."
And he will take this moment of respite, being alone, to give you a proper kiss.
Yes.
And he will say, again, if you need me, once you get there, just send me a message and I will come as fast as I can.
Okay, will do.
And he will grab a small cask of ale and we'll head up.
Okay. I guess I'll also do the same thing to look like I helped.
Yep. And you make your way back upstairs. Is there anything else the rest of you did while V was gone? Otherwise, we will continue and move this along.
So we all recognize the fact that we're going to have to root through his mom's ashes, right?
I have no problem with that. She's dead.
Okay. Boss?
You act like I haven't done stuff like this before.
I haven't.
Well, open your mind to new experiences today.
Oh, okay.
I go to Falls and buy 3 health potions.
Okay, easy enough. They're 45 apiece.
I should probably actually follow him and buy 2.
Okay,
That's 90 for you, 135 for Voss.
Okay.
How many do I have?
Hopefully we got enough donations
I
at our
still
last
have
fight.
one.
I didn't have to use my potion.
No, I can't.
I still have them.
I haven't
I'd
had
use
healing
all
potions
mine.
since.
I'm gonna go buy 2 healing potions as well.
Okay, it was 90.
Thank you.
Yeah, and those are all regular healing potions. by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after you all gather everything that you need, preparing for whatever may come left behind in the wake of the former Open Lord, Dagult Neverember, hopefully to try and end his enigma that started with this stone. You all make yourself to the small parish of Lionsbane, a stone-stacked building that has a steeple with a bell tower. And you come to a black glass crystal quartz, like smoky quartz door. The feels cold to the touch. And for Venlee, that coldness that you once feared, as you know, as you walked the steps to meet Kalimvor, is now almost welcoming. As this seems like a second home in the presence of death itself, something that you are fully embracing. You all follow Venlee in and find a dark, low-lit room set up like a small church of pews. At the far end, you hear the Gregorian chant of some funeral procession happening as a couple of families weep over being mournful of a body, as the Doom Guider Conrad, a man dressed in all blacks, wearing a half-skull mask at this point, but you can see his skin is pale as it has markings that reach up through his beard. And then standing beside him is a long, gangly man that you have all have seen. Some of you, not since you tried to destroy his wagon, as you see what Seisha has met as the Aasimar Yoen, a gangly man with dark, pitch black eyes, but not nebula, with the starry imbued void, as he just looks like a gaunt skeletal man. And to the side you see a set of doom scribers as they kneel at a podium writing the names of the dead into books. And at one of them, Patty, would you please describe what the rest see?
They would see standing there with her back to them. First thing you notice is the height of this person. She's rather tall, almost at 7 feet. And she has this chaos of red hair pulled up into a very messy bun, and you can see streaks of silver that are running through it. And her garb is jewel tones, actually rather bright for such a dour place. And it has various patterns of intricate embroidery here and there. It doesn't exactly make sense together, except it makes sense together. And at her hip is this large pouch that looks like it's almost overfilling itself, except she has it securely strapped down at the buckles. And she's just sort of half listening to what's happening with the chanting and everything. For her, this is sort of a day in the life of, and completely unfazed by it. And she's also more paying attention to what's in front of her.
Venlee will stealthily send Savard to grab her attention by just gently landing on her shoulder, as she usually does, as to not disturb the funeral procession, but to grab her attention.
She'll turn around, like big grin on her face and bright, sparkling green eyes, and she knows herself well enough to be like, this, and she'll motion outside.
She'll give you a thumbs up and start guiding the rest of us towards the meeting spot.
And as she turns around, you see the soft blue, short fur and wide nose of a furbolg.
And right before we step outside, Venlee will turn back around to all of her friends and say, okay, listen, she's a bit startling at first. She prefers to be called either Patty or Auntie, okay? Okay, cool. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
And you'll make your way out as to not disturb the funeral going on. And as you exit, just to the east, just outside of the northern gate of the City of the Dead, is where you're standing.
Well, hey, kiddo, what's going on?
Hey, Patty. These are my friends that I was talking about. This is Seisha, Bill, and V.
Well, hi, and hi. Nice to meet you. I'm Patty.
Patty, I've never met a furball before. You're so cool.
I get that a lot.
I love your clothes. They're very bright.
Well, thank you. That doesn't mean it has to be black.
Oh, that's right, because you're with Jurgle, right?
Jiggle, yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Jiggle.
Jiggle?
Call him Jiggle, yeah.
Is that okay? Jiggle it is.
So
Is it bad when you call him that?
Oh no, we have a grand old time. Nice long chats in the evening.
Oh, okay. So, hi. Are you busy today?
Just the usual, but can't say I'm booked.
Venlee
What
has
are
a
you
question
plotting?
for you.
We actually came here to ask you of a favor.
Okay, well, with me, kid, they're never favors. They're just things you need.
Yeah.
How do you feel about raiding tombs?
Well, I see them often. I'm usually taking care of them.
Subtle.
Nice.
It regards the things we experienced together on the Isle.
Oh, you mean the lovely Bane coming back from you were there.
Yeah.
They know all about this, yes?
We
know he's dead.
Unfortunately, yes.
And
That's a name you don't want to put in your book.
Did you get to write it down?
We both did.
This is Lore Seeker. I should explain. Lore Seeker Seisha Valisbard is
I
her.
was trained by a paladin of Jurgle.
Well, hey, it's a party now. Nice to meet you, Seisha. And she'll actually start to put her hand out, but it's not so much a handshake. She'll pull you in and give you a great big hug.
Oh my god, you're the best. I hug too.
I had a feeling you were a hugging type.
Oh, I love huggers.
What about tall, dark, and broody over there?
Oh, he is not a hugger.
Didn't think so.
Okay, this is gonna be really wild for me. Look at me, Patty.
Uh-huh.
This is gonna be really interesting. I don't have to bend down to hug you.
Well?
But okay, let's make this work.
Bring it in.
Okay.
Come
She
on.
doesn't even know how to go about hugging you. She's like, this is weird.
Patty just pulls you full in, and it's bear hug from the mama bear, and she even does little side to side wiggle for you.
Amazing.
I would just
You call her auntie.
I would just like to point out that the fact that V has never hugged anyone taller or her height means that none of her family ever hugs her or shows her affection. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Yeah,
honey.
me too.
She hugged her grandmother, but her grandmother was mostly bedridden.
Yeah, she was mostly low to the ground.
Low. But continue.
But yes, our favor is we actually need access to a certain, the Lord's rest. And we believe there's a clue down there. And
Well, let me guess. Old family secret gets buried with the dead type thing?
Precisely.
You'd be surprised how much that happens.
So, what do you think?
I think it's great. It's Seisha, V, and...
Oh,
Bill.
Fox. Oh, Bill.
Bill. My name is Bill Ronto.
I
Bill.
have a nickname for him.
Bill.
Yeah.
I'm getting the sense that Billy is not an acceptable nickname, so we'll just keep it to Bill.
Thank you.
No problem.
I want you to call him Billy.
Oh, I'm mad I didn't think about that first.
In any case, are you fine with guiding us as we descend into the tombs?
Well, if this is something that's pertaining to an interesting situation that we went through not too long ago and might help remedy any issues that are coming forth from it.
Any advice you might have, things to avoid?
Be respectful.
What does that entail exactly?
Well, don't go shouting and banging and trying to wake the dead. It's not going to happen. Well, it can happen. It just depends on what you're. Well, never mind. That's a longer story. It's for some people, they might see us walking around and wondering what we're up to. So if you go around and making it known we're going into a tomb, they might get concerned.
If it helps, we do actually have express permission from the last living relative of the deceased.
Well, then that's fine. I mean, as long as the family is okay with it, then that kind of gives you a leg up, doesn't it?
Yeah. It makes the chances of us getting fined for it much better.
This is true.
Not fined.
Or attacked by angry spirits.
Yeah.
So,
I never was worried about going to jail ever before because I always knew I could just leave. But now I'm realizing my dad could do something probably to make sure I stay there. I don't like that. Let's not get arrested. I take everything I said back earlier.
Okay.
shall we
But
off?
either way, if I get arrested, that gives me something new to write about. If I don't get arrested, I don't get arrested.
Yeah, I'm just gonna avoid it, hopefully.
That's usually the, nutshell. Don't get arrested.
I know, I just never actually worried about it before.
Shall we off then?
Yes.
And Venlee will saddle up next to Patty in the front, and in Draconic just whisper over her shoulder, up at her, and say, Bill actually prefers Billiam in formal occasions.
Honey, this ain't a formal occasion, and she says back in Draconic.
I heard that, Seisha says in Draconic.
No, you didn't. As we continue to walk.
So,
You said something in gibberish just to feel like a part of the group.
Is it safe to say Patty would have access to this particular area, considering she's been there helping with the caretaking and everything?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Thank you. During the daytime, the City of the Dead is open to everyone. It is the largest park of the city of Waterdeep, and many people go there not only to pay respects to the dead, but also to just have picnics and things like that. Although it seems a little dark, it is one of the nicest and well taken care of areas of the city. So yes, 100%. However, you do know some of the information that I sent you privately on the Zoom chat. Where is everyone heading? Because you also know that the City of the Dead is very large. There are multiple graves markers and mausoleums and things and it could take you all day.
With how much time I spent here, did I get a general sense of the layout of the or the City of the Dead while I walked through them on my day-to-day business, like where the Lord's Rest would be? Is that what it's called?
Go ahead and make a general intelligence check because it is that big.
Yeah, gotcha.
I'll go ahead and ask. In my vision, there were symbols seen. Were there not? Something on a family crest, something like that?
You saw a family crest and you saw the name Brandarth, but
Okay.
That was from within the tomb. You didn't see anything outside.
I do relay that information to the group just in case it does help.
18.
18? You have a general knowing, and you know that it's not called the Lord's Rest. It's called the Lord's Respite.
Oh, damn.
And it is closer to the south side of the City of the Dead. You are less knowledgeable of the area. You kind of know the general area, but Patty would probably know exactly where it is.
Just a quick question that Venlee would have thought about before she left today. Is it rude to bring undead into the City of the Dead?
It's rude to bring
I don't.
it's rude to bring
I hold on a second. I don't know if they can physically go in there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about too.
Okay, yeah. But
they go and they physically cannot enter the City of the Dead.
Chuckles, Dumbo, you just go home.
And they turn and start walking.
Do not cause a scene, or so help me, I will unanimate you both. They just continue walking.
Aw, you sounded like a mom just then. Or at least what I imagine a mom sounds like.
Mean?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that one later.
Okay.
But the Lord's Respite.
Ah.
We're
Yeah.
heading- Sorry.
Righto, let's go.
We'll head that way. Following
Alright.
Venlee and Patty.
Do we have a name or a family name or anything to work with off this one?
Randorth.
Oh. Fancy. Okay. And Patty will just start tromping her way down and through, and every so often if she sees like a stray bit of weeds or something, she's not exactly as the crow flies. She will stop and pull a weed out of a gravestone that's popped up or something like that, but she'll get them there.
Okay. Got it.
And knowing this, Venlee has a constant mage hand for picking up. And whenever she sees Patty start to veer towards something, she just plucks it out and like places it in Patty's hand. Like, here you go.
Thank you.
You walk through one of the entrances that welcomes all the visitors of those in mourning, with the large ironwork gates between gargoyle perched stone pillars. Across the spired top of the gates reads the park's namesake, beautifully forged in iron calligraphy. The largest park in the city is a sea of grassy hills, tender flower beds, artfully placed clusters of trees and bushes, beautiful lifelike marble sculptures, astounding architecture, and gravel paths that wind intricately through it all. You all once again notice that there are just as many mausoleums as there are grave plots, and without the guide of someone accustomed to the intricate layout of the winding mortuary labyrinth, it would possibly take you all day to find the exact location you were looking for. But Venlee, Patty, and Seisha, your research into the area gleams that the mausoleums pertain to a popular belief and desire in above-ground burial opposed to the other conventional method, and is typically pertained to those of either astute honor or nobility, or with some type of marker that the city wants to recognize. A tradition that you know started many years ago.
You pass a crowd of people laying purple violets and gold coins at the feet of a tall marble sculpture of a bearded, robed wizard standing atop a concentric steps and facing west towards the skyline of Waterdeep. His hands outstretched with a broad smile that stretches far across his face. You instantly recognize the elderly wizard to match that on the back of the gold dragons used as currency throughout the city. The myriad of faces all seem to be paying tribute to the man responsible for creating and protecting the city they have all come to love and live within.
As you're navigating your way further through the vibrant acres of verdant green fields and deep cold gray stone, you come across what looks to be a fierce monument frozen in time, one that you saw before the first time you were here. It rests in front of the mausoleum known as the Warriors' Monument, set in place to honor all those who fought and died in service of Waterdeep, such as the City Watch and the City Guard. That is to be separate from the Hall of Heroes, a mausoleum to honor and house those that fought and died in the name of the city and all across the Sword Coast, typically set aside for adventurers. But petrified in stone stands before you a 60-foot high sculpture immortalizing a circle of women and men striking down trolls, orcs, hobgoblins, bugbears, and barbarians, all of which are falling backwards and out around the warriors. Above all of them, the flying griffin rider spears a skeletal knight whose breastplate bears the image of a reaper's skull in a triangular hood. You know this now to be the symbol of Mercury, the former god of the dead. But what is truly impressive about the statue is that it is also a fountain where the wounds of the combatants gush water into the pool below. You can see a glint of shining coins through the surface of the water, a sign of civilians who have paid tribute to these warriors and the guard and the city watch in hopes that they will continue to watch over and protect their loved ones even in their passing.
Seisha
Then-
throws the gold into the fountain.
Okay. Just mark it off your character sheet.
Yep.
And in the south side of the grassy park is a black marble pillared mausoleum, the final resting place of the nobles that lived within the city. Large column pillars surround the building, carved to the likeness of each of the former open lords. A few more purple violets rest at the pillar stone feet of Augeron, who faces the north. Further in is a second row of columns that lead into a Parthenon, words are hard, into a Parthenon-like structure with a smaller private mausoleum seemingly no bigger than enough to house one singular stone sarcophagus. Ornate gold-plated Art Nouveau banding covers the four echoing smoky glass quartz windows, doorways, and other things, making it impossible to see inside. But you do see a small keyhole in the shape of a dark inverted triangle.
I turn to Patty.
Would Patty have the key? Yes?
What is your key, Patty?
Patty would turn to look to Venlee. Oh yeah, that thing.
Huh?
1 second. She'll go to her bag
Okay.
and open it up, and she'll start taking some things out. So first thing that comes out is this sprig of rosemary. I forgot I had that, and she'll hand it over to V. And then she's going to rifle through even more, and she pulls out a ball of yarn and she hands it to Seisha. In case you ever get into a labyrinth, that's a handy thing to keep in mind. No problem. She also will pull out this little vial and look at it. Oh, this is the belladonna. Belladonna, it's effective, but we don't need this right now, do we? And she hands it to Venlee. And she'll pull out a sprig of mistletoe and she hands it to Bill. Here, hold on to this. Just don't eat it. And she just kind of, it turns into like this bag of things keep coming out. At one point, there's even like this lollipop. It's bright pink with white swirls on it. Oh, she's going to be a little blue without this. I have to remember to give it back to her. And she'll hand it also to Bill. And actually, she starts handing things just over to Bill constantly. Oh, there's this purple lint. Don't know what that's about, but my goodness, those were hives after those pair of pants. Oh, and here's some castor seed. That's helpful too. And oh, here's my tarot deck. Oh, look, I finally have all the death cards.
Is that how
How swell for you.
Venlee, is that how tarot works?
How long is this going to take exactly?
Boss, be nice to our guest.
Yes, Bill.
Voss looks at you as he is holding all of the rubbish that you just held and just says, I am being nice and patient.
Fair.
V puts the rosemary in her sand pouch.
You can keep the mistletoe, Voss, because, every Voss should have a flower.
Oh, put it
Yes.
behind your ear, Voss.
You're not the first one to make that joke.
Oh, good.
You have a lobster.
It might help you get a sense of humor, and
I
she'll
thought the
finally pull
lobster
out a key.
died.
Oh yeah, no, that lobster really died.
As soon as you pull out the key, I just drop everything that you just
Venlee?
gave to me.
Do you want a lobster?
As soon as you pick that up and show some respect for the graveyard, we can go in.
Guys, why didn't we have Venlee keep the lobster, have an undead lobster?
Did you miss what just happened? Seisha bends over and starts picking stuff up.
I'm sorry, but I just really feel like this was a missed opportunity with that lobster.
I'll think
He
about
hands
it.
the stuff to Patty bit by bit.
Thank you. Let's just keep getting this in there. Oh, wait. You know what, Venlee? Here, hold the key in case I put it back by accident like last time.
Thank you.
No
And-
problem.
She hands you what you expect to be a key, and it's a doorknob. And on the front of the doorknob is a skull that is clutching a scroll in its teeth.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, you got to get inside. Just give it a little jiggle.
I love it. All
That
right.
was beautiful. Oh.
That got me.
Oh man. And yeah.
I will jiggle.
How do you think it got started, honey?
I don't know. Your intelligence is vastly opens the door.
You open the door. I need you to make
a death save.
It is intelligence saving throw.
You have advantage because of reasons.
Glad you got those reasons.
If it makes any difference, the first one I rolled was higher.
Oh no.
That doesn't sound good.
What's your highest roll? You have advantage.
24.
24. Okay.
I have a +6.
As you turn the doorknob, you feel your mind just kind of loosen and almost get lost in the sense of all of the names that you've recorded, and you kind of lose where you are for a moment and space out. You all see Venlee turn the doorknob and then just kind of stand there for a moment, and she then shakes her head.
And the door does not open.
Perhaps you should give it a jiggle.
Oh, sorry. Let me give it a whirl.
I'll step back.
Okay.
Same thing.
No, you turn it and it opens.
God, it's special. Sorry.
Thank you.
Well, entree view.
Okay. The glass ornate door opens smoothly out towards you, revealing a descending slope of dark stone lit by the 4 ever-burning sconces affixed to the interior of this small mausoleum. The arm is cool, yet the area is cool, yet not fetid with the stench of decay and a soothing harmonious melody similar to angelic hymn, accompanied by the deep bass and baritone droning of a Gregorian chant fills the area. It is faint enough to nearly be undetectable beyond the calm serenity it fills you with as you wander deeper into the low-lit chambers.
Small dancing lights float along the labyrinth halls that stretch below the depths of the city of the dead. Torch sconces line the stone-masoned walls every 50 feet in continual flame, creating small 10-foot pockets of darkness between the flames, occasionally illuminated by the floating yellow orbs of light. You wander slowly through the hall that dead ends at a T intersection with a massive adamantine black metal door with the crest of Waterdeep emblazoned on it. Across the top arch reads, "For when the doors close upon the open lords, here they may find comfort and peace."
There's a hall to your left and a hall to your right.
Right.
We split up.
I don't know if that's such a good idea, particularly in an unknown crypt. Well,
Is it alphabetical or?
I say head to the left. We have to go one way, and I look to Patty. She has any insight into this.
Well, I'm not exactly as fully familiar with this particular region myself, but I got you to the place you kind of needed to be, so I'm
Fair
good with
enough.
going to the left.
I head to the left then.
Okay.
All right.
As you head to the left, you come across door after door after door, all emblazoned with a crest and a name. And it starts with the A's, as you have chosen the correct.
Wisely.
You have chosen wisely.
Great adventurers always go left.
Right is never right.
Following the line of alphabetical order, you come across the doors bearing the crest of a helmeted lion with the old common script translating to never unprepared. The doors look to have no lock, but two iron twisted rings hang from either side of the bisected doorway and across the top. You see what you saw in your vision, boss, as the crest lies below the name Brandorth.
Here. This is it.
So,
I will check it for traps real quick.
Okay, go ahead and make a investigation.
Not
I
bad.
think that Venlee or Patty needs to be the one to open the door.
21.
There seems to be no locks on it. The only thing, it's a solid door, and it just has two iron rings hanging on either side of the bisected doorway.
I back up and allow the two clerics to step forward. It seems safe.
Thanks. All right, kiddo. I take one, you take one.
on 3.
1, 2.
All right, I need you both to make strength athletics.
Okay. That's going to be a 15. Uh-oh.
What was it, a 4? 4? Yeah. Venlee's like, yeah. And as Patty, as you pull, and it's tough. It takes a second, but you hear that shift, and then that.
This door seems to be stuck. It must be very old.
As the old door grinds open with a low rumble from the depth of its weight. And descending down is a short set of steps that opens up into a large chamber whose oppressive 40-foot tall ceilings look to be held aloft by 4 pillars, surrounding a beautifully sculpted statue sarcophagi in its center.
On the side are 6 other sarcophagi that you can see, but at the far end, in this room, illuminated by the largest candelabras you have ever seen. They reach at least 10 foot tall, all burning with 5 candles, still emblazoned with the continual flame, as they illuminate a large gazebo at the far end, housing another stone sarcophagi.
I guess we should get looking.
Is this where the vision ended?
This is where the vision began.
Yep.
Okay.
As
What was the tomb then that I saw?
You saw a sarcophagus with a veiled woman carved into
the top.
Okay, I
Isn't it?
relay that to the rest of the group.
All right. Should be
Do
simple.
I happen to spot anything with just a cursory glance around the room?
It is the shadows in here are too dark.
Even with dark vision?
Dark vision makes it
Low light.
low light.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it
technically, you should have disadvantage on all perception checks, even with dark vision,
Why?
because that's how it works.
because that dims the rules.
Oh,
So
I didn't know
Would be-
that.
yeah, your passive would be -5.
We tend to skim
Okay.
over that, but
I would actually be normal because my sentinel shield gives me advantage.
Can I use my lantern to see a bit?
That's good to know, though. I didn't know that. I learned my new thing for the day.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. It's a little dim in here. And Patty's just going to go around and slap everyone on the shoulder and cast light.
I
Oh.
cast light on my shield.
and it flares to light. But every time you hit another person, the previous light goes out as it moves to the next
She
one.
doesn't care.
And then
She's
the next
just
one,
like,
and then the next one. And she doesn't even
so she
notice.
functions.
Yep, no, it's so good.
This room is 90 feet deep, just so you know. And there's a where the gazebo is a curved inlet that is sunk
Yep.
into.
Go ahead and roll me a D4, Patty.
Okay.
They should cast it on her shield before you get
Yep.
to it.
2. The last one you cast is on Venlee.
Okay. Oh, that one's stuck.
So it seems.
Pull out the rapier.
Okay. You pull out your rapier, and there's a soft glow of like moonlit light that radiates out from you. And V, there's a soft glow that pours out from your hip, from the ghost lantern that you carry at your side.
There's a bright light which comes from my chest plate.
Yep, and your
You wanna rock with
the
me?
breastplate is glowing, and Seisha's shield, and now it's the area around you is very well lit.
And as the door stands open, a few of those yellow orbs just kind of drift in slowly, lightly, as dancing lights start to fill the room. Only a few, illuminating small pockets of areas every once in a while as they move. And you don't have any control of where they go, but they offer some reprieve from the darkness, as well as all of the other light that now illuminates this room.
Do
But
I
will-
know what these are? Like,
Oh yeah, you've seen them all the time.
Yeah, they're dancing lights.
oh, okay. It is
Yeah.
like the dancing light spell.
Yes, those
Okay.
dancing lights. You also know that at night, when the city of the dead is closed, all of those dancing lights come up from the ground and fill the
Entire park.
Entire park.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start heading further down.
I say it's like, there are 7 in here total.
There are 8 in total if you include the one in the center and in the one in the gazebo.
I'll check the one in the center first. I don't want to touch anything. I just want to get close
Yep.
enough that I can see.
You come in, and as you walk up to this almost 5-foot tall sarcophagus, beautifully carved of marble, there is a kneeling woman almost in tears as her hand rests on the top of this, where you see the top carved to almost be the top of a bed, and you see a male figure whose face is carved to be that of a skull, as his sheets are pulled up over his body and draped to where you can see this, and this is all carved intricately in the stone work. And as you are looking at the kind of name plate across this, you see the name Werther Brandorf.
Alright. Not this one then. Boss is a little shaken by how lifelike this is.
It is
But-
very well carved.
Yes, it's almost similar to that of the art gallery.
But heads keeps moving along cautiously.
Okay, what are the rest of y'all doing?
I've been moving around the room.
And Venlee just goes straight for the gazebo.
Okay. Venlee, as you make your way up and into the gazebo, there are 3 steps that lead you up into this beautifully arched gazebo. The gazebo itself is a hexagon that surrounds this kind of oval half circle in the back of the room that is kind of carved out for this massive gazebo. And this is why the ceilings are so tall. The gazebo itself goes up 35 feet, barely almost scraping the top of the roof. The gazebo itself looks to be carved of marble. You see the beautiful blue veining kind of going through it. And as you step in, you can see a singular coffin that the only markings on it is a shield and a sword. There's no name. There's no anything other than just this shield and sword.
She'll quietly back up, walk back to the group and say, "It's not the one in the gazebo."
And if the rest of you want to just make me a perception or investigation check, it's your choice on whichever one you want to roll.
What are we looking for?
Dirty
look-
20.
A crypt with a woman carved on it with just a veil over her face. With I describe the coffin that I saw in my vision to her.
Alrighty. Otherwise, Patty's just dusting the tombs.
I got a dirty 20.
I got you. I heard you. V, what'd you get?
22.
And other V, what'd you get?
That's gonna be a problem.
Hey, V's.
I'm sorry, I got a 7.
Okay.
Yeah. You've never. What's throwing you off, V, is the fact that you walked into a building no bigger than a single sarcophagus, and you're standing in a room that is 40 feet high, 90 feet long, and it's kind of throwing you off just a bit. It is
about 80 to 90 foot wide as well.
Yeah.
Also, the other thing that you notice that the others seem to focus on is where there was the warmth and an almost inviting feeling of this crypt, with the harmonious music that was just ever so faintly soft, kind of distant, and the feeling of proud, nobility, and those that have built the city literally on their backs. There's a small oppression here. It's almost as if the music you heard before is muted.
Patty, what'd you get on your
22?
22? Okay. As you're walking across, Stacia, you start on the left side. As you start to look over, you come across a sarcophagus of a armored individual carved into the lid of this sarcophagus, whose hands are like this. There is no sword or anything in his grasp, but you can see that he is unhelmeted. He has hair that kind of falls down around his side. Again, extremely well done sculpture on the top of this. A work of art in itself. There are archways carved into the sides of this sarcophagus. And as you continue to move down, the center one is just nondescript. There is nothing carved on the lid. The sides are pretty nondescript, and it's smaller than the others. You would probably guess that this is most likely a child's sarcophagi. And as you continue to move down, you come to what you think is the correct one, as you see a veiled figure carved into this sarcophagus. But as you begin to call out, you notice that it is male, not female.
Never mind.
As Patty,
you make your way down the right side. The first one you come to is a very old sarcophagi, stone again, and there seems to be a small crack that runs up it, just ever so slightly bigger than what mending can fix, although it has seemed to be tried to be repaired in its old times. But there seems to be no markings atop, no veiled woman. You continue down, and there's another unmarked, very simple sarcophagi, and you start to feel like you're just coming across the same thing over and over again, hoping that it's going to be something more as you hear Seishu begin to call out and then dismiss it. You finally come to the last sarcophagi, and it looks a little newer. Obviously, at least 20 years old, but it seems to be the newest in here that you can see at quick glance that you've come across. But what stands out is a carving atop. And that seems to be a woman with her hands gently clasped over her chest. But you can't make out her form, her facial features, or anything like that, specifically juxtaposed to the center one, which was so lifelike, as this one is veiled.
Ollie, ollie, oxen free. I think I found the one we're looking for, Huns.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
Veiled lady, sarcophagus, here.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
B,
Yeah.
you okay?
Yeah. It's just, I don't like this place.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just want this to be over with.
Well,
Patty.
make it as quick as we can.
Is there a respectful way to do this?
To do what?
Dig
To
through
open
ashes.
it?
I'm sorry, repeat that one more time. I have a good ear and I'm not sure which one it is.
To open it.
You're opening it.
Yes.
You definitely got permission for this?
Yeah.
Yes, we did. From the last living descendant. And I say it a little loud. Last living descendant of this woman's son.
Who's my boyfriend?
Boyfriend. As it echoes off the hard stone walls that are clean cut and stacked. There's nothing to dampen your voice.
The last time we tried this, the graves came alive and almost killed us.
It was really bad.
I'd like to avoid that if at all possible.
Me too. That's why, Patty, I give my word, we do have permission to do this. From her son.
All right, kiddo. You I know, you I trust. The rest are growing on me like moss. That's something.
They grow.
I mean, why would I raid my boyfriend's mom's grave without his permission?
Well, everyone has a kink, so no shaming here.
But it's not even here.
First, I look on the outside of the crypt to see if anything looks close to one of the holes that I saw in the vault. Just in case.
Go ahead and make a perception or investigation check.
Gotcha. Do we have enough light that mitigates the disadvantage?
Yeah. There's enough light coming from your rapier and all of the light spells.
Hang on for 1 second before you make it, because I think you have advantage.
Okay.
From my aura. I'm double checking that.
I will wait.
Yep, you have an advantage on investigation checks versus illusion and insight versus lie. Never mind.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, you don't have advantage on it.
There's no illusions.
Yeah, it's illusion and lies.
Okay. 19.
19? Looking for a keyhole of some sort. You do not find one, but you do see carved the foot and head of the sarcophagi. In the stone, just under the lip, is the name Alethea.
Alright. Whatever we're looking for is inside, I think. So, the sooner we do this, the sooner we can leave.
All right, so having a name, because names are important for Patty, she's going to place her hands on top of the sarcophagus, sort of standing at where the head is, and she'll just quickly sort of give tribute to Jiggle in her own little way.
Okay.
Venlee will also step aside her. She won't put her hands on the sarcophagus, but she bows her head and prays to Jurgal, but also reaches out to Althea and tells her briefly that her son is doing well.
Boss! Blue goes to the two and says, do we all need to do this, or...
Seisha looks to the tomb in the center and turns to face it and kind of readies herself because she has a terrible feeling about this because of the last time we did this.
Okay.
Never hurts to pay a little respect just to be safe.
Okay. Voss looks down at the coffin. Apologies for what we are about to do. It is for an excellent cause, and your son said we could. So if you're going to haunt anyone, that's where you'll start.
Honey, this ain't a gambling place. You're out? What are we doing?
Someone help me with the lid.
Okay.
What are you doing to try and open the lid?
I have a crowbar. Well, that seems horrifically
Sarcophaguses usually have to be pushed. The lid pushes to the side. You want to push at the end, both at the same end, and push it to spin it.
Knowing little about proper burial techniques that don't just involve throwing a body overboard, I will do as Seisha recommends and attempt to do this.
Patty will help from the other side of,
Okay.
well, not the other side, but she'll also push.
Okay, you both can make athletics checks.
Cool.
Okay. That's going to be a 24.
23.
And
Youse.
you know for a fact that if Seisha was correct, that it would open. As you are putting so much force into this, you can feel, and it's not that it gives way sideways, but there's a small like shift in its weight as it lifts up and then slams back closed. Not in its own force, but just
As if there is actually a lip on this, and you do have to lift this. You can't just slide this lip. It is-
Okay.
All right, this is an alley-up as opposed to a heave-ho.
Yep.
Well, let's try again then, and I get to one side.
okay.
Same.
All right. Go ahead and make me another athletics check. We'll say with advantage with this time because you know what you have to do.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a 21 this time.
That's a 26.
Okay.
Not a 20.
And you get it both ends and lift, and it is extremely heavy as this carving is adding more to the stone. It's not just a flat top. As you then once you reach the lip over the edge, it slides open. And Seisha, no, you're looking that way. Patty, what is your passive?
That's a good question. 14.
14? Okay. Voss and Venlee, you see something dark that lines the bottom of this. You do not see a body. And as you see that, you see green begin to glow inside of the sarcophagus as it then starts to form into this beautiful woman figure and then sinks through the stone.
Oh.
As you feel your heart sink into your stomach.
What's wrong? What was that noise?
I don't know.
Can I make Arcana, religion, something? What happened?
You can make both.
Either or.
A 19 on Arcana.
Okay. You saw the green, which you know typically means that it's not of the weave.
Right.
It is of the soul.
Give me a description.
It definitely looked to be undead. And what really catches you is that effect that you felt. And your undead could not enter because the entire city of the dead is under the effects of a hollow.
Give me
What
a
just
description.
happened should not have just happened.
There was a spirit here.
No.
Makes sense.
It sunk deeper into the stone. It was green. It was soul magic.
I
Divine
take,
sense.
There is. It's 60 feet,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
It seems to be closer towards the gazebo now.
Seisha turns and points in its direction. There's something undead that way.
I take out my moonlit blade and kind of gently poke the bottom of the crypt.
There's nothing there, and Venlee and Patty can both make religious rolls if you so wish.
Okay.
No give or anything like that either?
No, it's hard, solid stone at the bottom.
Okay.
That's a 21 again.
Oh, hey, a 21 as well.
Nice.
21. You both know that all of the bodies buried within the city of the dead, especially after certain things happened in the past, are cremated before being buried, as to thwart the rise of undead or skeletals or zombies in case the land becomes unhallowed.
And you watch as all of a sudden, all of the other sarcophagi begin to rumble.
Oh.
Divine sense is still going. Do I sense undead in all of them?
Nope.
Okay.
And you watch as all of the lids just kind of pop and shift ever so slightly as you watch as bone shards begin to fly out and towards the gazebo.
The last remnants of within the dust of the cremated forms, and pulling herself through the wall and through the gazebo, you hear,
"No, you will die."
Nope.
That's where we're going to take a break.
Yeah.
Nope.
What?
We walked into some serious family drama on this one.
No, thank you.
Okay.
So we will be right back while we set up a map. You, if you haven't already, can enter hashtag Eldritch and hashtag Beyond to enter to win an Eldritch Foundry miniature or a pre-order copy of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
It has everything.
Everything. But we will be back in about 15 or 20
with initiative.
And we're back. Whew. Yeah, the BFGs, Sans Herald, has met up with Patty Jameson, a cleric of Jiggle, as she likes to say, or Jurgal, and they are head into the City of the Dead at Brandarth Crypt, which is Renair's mom's family, looking for the final key to the vault. That they have finally acquired all of the eyes and completed the Stone of Golor. And as they opened the opened the crypt, they saw this green apparition form and fade through the bottom of the sarcophagus as all of the other crypt or tombs. Sarcophaguses, coffins is the word I was looking for, coffins, rumble and open as bone shards fly out towards a gazebo, at which point this spectral woman, incorporeal, but with shards of bone all over her, comes phasing through this gazebo, calling for the party's death. And we're going to kick off with initiative and a map.
I have 2 questions.
I have half an answer.
Awesome. One of the things that I can tell with Divine Sense is if I'm on consecrated or desecrated ground.
Okay. You know that you're not on consecrated ground.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. And secondly, does she still ping as undead?
She definitely pings as undead.
Okay. Just making sure she didn't become a construct or something.
Oh, Lord.
Yep. You do know that it is not desecrated, though.
Okay.
It is not unhallowed, but you also know that it is not hallowed.
Oh, that makes sense. Hey, guys, this isn't consecrated ground.
That
Brand.
explains a lot.
Does that make things better or worse?
That means undead can be here, like her. She's undead.
Okay.
Why would
so
they do that?
going down the line, V, your initiative.
Okay. Gosh. All right.
I think you told me it was.
Oh, you enter the number.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I was about to do an action because I'm 18.
No, you're 18. Got it. Boss.
25.
Got it. Seisha.
11.
Okay. Venlee.
13.
And Patty.
11.
I'm pretty sure that you have a better initiative score than Seisha. So.
Yeah. Everybody has a better initiative.
Voss, you're up first as you look over roughly 20, 25 feet away from you is this ghastly image of this woman who her face is not just a skull, but an amalgamation of various bone shards and shrapnel that have come together to form a skull and a mouth as her jaw unhinges far wider than it should, as she just lets out this just groan What do you do?
Move within striking distance. Let's see.
You can easily get there within that's 20 feet of your movement.
Just take one attack right now and honestly see what happens.
Okay.
Attack with the moon touched rapier, which is out. Ugh, 12.
12, you slash through, and your blade just cuts through her form as she lifts away.
Like the mist kind of goes away and then reforms as your blade literally just passes right through her.
Okay. I will bonus action dash 35 up, like towards the entryway we came in.
Okay.
Cool. That puts you right next to, almost directly next to V, but kind of adjacent to the center sarcophagus that you saw with the kneeling woman.
Yep.
Okay, and I will stand back and see what happens, essentially.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. Go ahead and roll. We come to the player action. All
So,
right.
As this happens, she calls forth from herself, and she just throws her arms out, and you see these pieces of bone shard reach out towards the other sarcophagi, and pulling up from their crypts are 3 of these ghastly warriors.
They are completely incorporeal as they pull themselves out. They are wearing armor, shields, swords, all of which you can see straight through as they pull up. Seisha 1 comes out of the coffin behind you as it, apparates, pulling itself up, bringing the sword to strike against you. V1 pulls up next to you, this missing this lower half of its jaw as it's just the skeletal face with this chain coif that dangles down, but you see no chin or lower jaw to it. And then the other one pulls itself out of the coffin, kind of closest to you, boss, as it makes its way towards you.
And then with that, she reaches out her hand and then pulls it closed as the door behind you slams shut.
Makes sense.
But with that, first attack is going to be against. Oh, right, got it. And sorry, they're here. Not. They're gonna roll initiative. Is what's gonna happen. And they do, and they will move that actually attack. Does not move just yet. And they will take their turn when they take their turn. Let's see.
Yay! All right, let's see.
So.
Roll a d6.
It's gonna be Seisha.
Okay.
You watch as that arm that it was extended out turns to you, and you watch as those bone shards begin to fly off towards you, as they begin to spin around and around and around you. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
All right. 13.
That is going to be a fail. As they whip and turn, you watch as it kicks up ethereal grave dust and bone shards as they begin to form this cyclone around you. You are considered blind and deaf.
Okay.
Also, are going to take.
Don't love that.
Not a fan.
$27 slashing damage.
Jesus. Sorry. I just realized I'm not raging. I can't.
You are not raging yet.
Not raging yet.
And you're also going to take 25 necrotic damage.
Is that halved?
That is not halved, so you'll take 12.
Thank you.
Yep.
As you feel yourself begin to be lifted off the ground as you are enveloped in this whirlwind of necrotic green grave dust and bone shard.
Yep, and you are going to be blind and deafened. You will be able to repeat this saving throw at the end of your next turn. Okay. But something will happen at the start of your turn. That brings us to V. It is now your turn.
Okay.
Yes, and she
sinks back into the ground as you watch her form disappear into the cold stone below.
Grand.
Okay. When I envisioned meeting my boyfriend's family for the first time, this just really wasn't what I had in mind ever at all in any scenario. So I just look at the guy with no jaw next to me.
Yep.
I'm just like, all right, well, I guess it's time for you to go again. And she rages. And, tries to beat it to death. So that first hit is going to be...
As you rage, Patty, you see more ethereal, like ghost-like figures pour out of V as she just screams out. More so in frustration as the mental anguish of the situation that she is currently in fills her with these emotions. And you see this young woman that almost looks exactly like her, despite the clothing being different and tattoos across her face being of different origin, as she seems to pull an ethereal great axe off of V's back. Who else do you summon, V? Who are you calling forth?
Gosh. Big butcher guy.
I know you love Spine Cleaver.
Yep.
He's just so cool. And then, oh God. I'm sorry. My brain is blinking. I need to just pull them up every time. Wolf lady again.
Okay, Wraithborn, and you see
Yeah.
also pouring out of her this massive man with these Spine Cleaver.
Spine Cleaver, I choose you.
Massive man with this giant blade that rests across his back that seems to be somewhat of a cleaver if it were, I don't know, the size of a helicopter propeller. And across his face is this stone flat helm that covers his scowl as he rages out towards. And then coming up from what seems the shadows is this woman with a stoic stare. A scar of tattoos rakes across her left eye, and shaved hair that comes to a braided mohawk. As she, even in her red ethereal form, seems ghostly pale. And standing beside her, coming up from the shadows, is this massive dire wolf that just emanates this smoky, shadowy form. What do you do, V?
Okay, so I reckless attacked, so the first one's going to be 24.
24 hits.
And that is going to be for 12 points of damage.
You bring the Behir blade down, arcing it across, expecting it just to pass right through, but the magics of the blade connect, and you actually tear into this ethereal figure, almost feeling the scrape against metal and flesh as it cuts into it. You watch as it tears away, and that ghostly kind of steam and smoke kind of pours a bit from the wound, now leaking out from the cut as you deal damage. That is your first attack. You still have another attack.
My second one is 15 to hit.
15. As you bring it across, flipping it, coming back, it brings up the spectral shield, and the sword clanks off of it, and you miss. All right, that is V's turn. That brings us to Venlee.
Okay, so
There was one 15 feet away to you to your left. Right here.
yes,
We're
she
standing
will
right here.
look at Patty and be like, and she will cast Shield of Faith on herself as the shadows around her from the columns swirl around her and seem to make her armor just a little bit bigger.
Okay.
And then can I roll an Arcana check or a religion check, something to determine what kind of spirits these are?
Sure.
To see if necrotic damage.
Either one is fine.
Gotcha. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. These are what are known as phantom warriors. They are usually spectral remnants of fallen soldiers on the field of battle. But all of them you can see at some point in their regalia, on their tabards, their shield, is that crest of the Brandarth family name.
Would she know if necrotic damage would do anything to these?
What'd you get? A dirty 20?
Yeah.
You're not quite sure. I mean, you would know that they are incorporeal undead, and most incorporeal undead don't really take too much from necrotic, but you're unsure if these particular ones, because you're so unfamiliar with this particular foam, you only read about them in your studies.
Then she will rather safe than sorry, and she'll stretch out her bone wand hand with the ring of Jergal as it flashes, and she casts Sacred Flame.
All right.
On the one close.
What does Venlee's Sacred Flame look like?
At the base of it, it's like burning a black candle. When it erupts from the creature, the base of it is black, and as it gets further away from the creature, it turns into this royal blue color.
Love it. It makes a dex save?
Yes.
Okay. It is super dexterous. That is a 10.
Nice. It takes 6 points of radiant damage.
All right.
And then she will run towards that middle sarcophagus on the other side of V.
That'll be 25 feet of movement to get you right there.
That's perfect.
Yep.
And
All right. That brings us to Patty.
Patty's going to just sort of shake her head, and she's going, okay, time to bring out Bailey. And she's casting her spiritual weapon, which is Bailey. And Bailey looks like one of those adorable little cherubs you would see on a tombstone, except he appears dukes out, ready to fight, going for the nearest spectral vision in front of him. And we'll start.
I love it.
All right, so then Bailey, because that's my action. Bailey gets a 16. Does that hit?
So I don't have a little.
You're going for one of the Phantom Warriors?
Yes.
A 16 just hits.
Ooh, well, find that out nicely then. And that's going to be 6 damage.
6 damage. And which one was that on?
That was on the one that's basically.
You have this one?
Yeah, that one right there.
Right there. Okay. I don't have a little chair mini, so we're going to use
whatever you have is good.
The little unseen servant mini, but he looks like he's putting his dukes up. So,
that'll work.
That one will take. That's the same one Venlee hit. So.
And then Patty will move to stand behind the column that is closest to her.
Okay. You gonna take an action?
Motion.
Just moving?
Yep.
Okay, copy that.
My action was calling up Bailey.
That's a bonus action.
Oh, it's a bonus action. That's right.
Yes.
Then I'm going to. I can cantrip this, right?
You can.
Then we're gonna do Sacred Flame. At the same one. Let's see if we can get rid of that one too. So that is 2d8 in that.
What does Patty's Sacred Flame look like?
Patty's Sacred Flame comes out this bright and colorful prismatic beam of light that almost looks like sunlight going through a cut piece of glass.
Love it.
And that is going to be an 18 to hit.
18 hits?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, no, that's a dex save. I'm looking at Produce Flame.
Oh, right.
Dex on your part, 15.
That is a natural 20, which will save.
Will save.
As Bailey comes in and
so brings this little tiny fist across its face. It staggers back a bit and looks back, snarling. But as it looks, you actually look as it's missing the top half of its head. And it just has the lower jaw, almost opposite to the one next to V. And as it does, you watch as it brings its shield up, which is actually in the shape of the crest of the Branderthals, as the Sacred Flame hits that and washes over it.
Okay, but I see that it's missing its head, basically, right?
Yes.
Radiant does the deal, kids.
All right. It is now Stacia's turn. Stacia, at the start of your turn, as this cyclone of bone shards and fragments surrounds you, you are going to... You're going to take 13 more points of necrotic damage. As it is like you're having to close your eyes and you can't hear anything as the like constant hum of that whirlwind is around you. You do feel a presence of something next to you.
Okay. For my action, I'm going to cast Lay on Hands on myself for 20 points.
Okay. Gritting your teeth, eyes closed, you reach up and lay your hand on your breastplate, feeling the scroll amulet between your fingers, as you know that Agma is with you in this, and you feel the radiant energy seep into you and your wounds close.
She takes her hand off her chest and runs it down her blade, and bonus action casts Magic Weapon.
All right. And you are magic weaponed.
And I can't move, can I?
You can move.
Okay. Actually, I don't want to move because that'll give him an opportunity attack. I'm just going to stay put and prepare to get hit again.
Yeah, you were just blind and indefinite. You were not restrained.
Right, but I don't want to promote him.
All right, at the end of your turn, you can make another strength saving throw.
Okay. Oops. Let's see, strength. It's an 8.
No, still unable to fight. You kind of just hunker down and just wait to see what comes. Stacia, and with that presence you felt, you feel as this spectral sword comes piercing through this maelstrom of bone shards. Advantage. Yeah, that's going to be a 23 to hit.
That hits.
All right. With that, you feel as this just pure ethereal energy pierces into your flesh. You are going to take 4 force damage.
Okay.
As it pulls back and then comes in to sweep to kind of cut across you again.
Okay.
Jeez.
Hey, I'm getting hit, y'all.
It's going to be a 22 to hit you.
That hits.
And again, this one is going to be 5 points of force damage as it kind of goes through your armor and cuts into your flesh.
There are no wounds, but you can feel like its cold presence just being inside of your form. Rack you with pain.
V, the one on you, you watch as it turns its eyes, empty sockets staring into you as it brings its sword up and makes 2 attacks against you with advantage because you attack directly. First attack is going to be a 12 as you bring the Bahir blade up and that magic catching the ethereal sword and swiping it away. And unsure, like seeing it move through things, you look and you actually look up and you see Bone Cleaver almost in the same stance you are with his blade, as his ethereal form has blocked the blade with yours. But it comes in and maneuvers around. This spectral warrior has seen combat, died from defending its family at some point. Does a 19 hit your armor class?
Yeah.
But it finds through and catches you right in the side as you feel that same cold presence. You're going to take 5 points of force damage. And it kind of, there is no cut, there is no wound, but it's just this cold burn into your flesh. The other one is now going to make its way towards you, boss. And it does not really sense a presence with Bailey, as Bailey is not really here. It will move towards you, boss.
It's right there.
Wait!
Hey! It will make 2 attacks against you. Unsure what to do, you just hold both of your rapiers up and you watch as it pulls its sword, but almost mimicking something that happened in the battle, you watch as the spectral blade shatters. As it goes and just completely missing you. And as it looks to take another swipe, the blade's still broken with a natural 1 and a 10 to hit you on the second attack. You watch as the blade reforms and resets itself. But for a second, that echo of a battle once seen, the blade shattered and you are unharmed.
Gotcha.
That is the end of their turn. That brings us to boss.
Did I see both Venlee and I know Patty has been dumping damage into the one in front of me. Did
Correct.
Venlee attack the same one?
She did.
Okay, this is the one I attacked then, feeling that this is where we've pumped the most damage into, is the one right in front of me.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and make that's a natural 20.
A natural 20 will hit.
All right. 40 points of damage.
Say that damage?
40.
40 points. You watch as, even though the enchantment of the Moonblade Rapier, it is a minor enchantment, and you know that it is not a full magical aura to pierce through the effects of this, but you do find purchase as it goes through. Maybe not as much as you were wanting, but you do see a massive wound carve into the side of it that begins to leak that same ethereal smoke, almost like it's this being's blood that is just spilling out and kind of evaporating in the air. That is your first attack. You're going to take your second attack?
Is V on the other side of me, or is that a monstrosity?
Nope, that is V
It's
right
me.
here.
Okay.
And then she has a creature right next to her.
Okay, I will go ahead and stay where I am then. This would be the... Yeah, it'd be the whip with the second attack, just because I want the range on it in case I need it.
Okay.
That's a 20 to hit.
20 will hit.
Okay, and that is just an extra 3 points of slashing damage. So reduced to 1.
Yep. And you crack the whip and it just goes completely through it. You see a little sliver of that smoke coming off of it.
Okay.
All right.
I will move back 1 towards V to prevent her from getting flanked.
All right.
And that is
you
where
kind
I
of
was
back up, back to back. V, you feel Voss press up. You look back. Voss has pressed himself up in a defensive stance, facing off against one on his side as you face off against one on your side.
Oof.
All
right.
Almost where you both seem to truly and only become true friends is on the battlefield as you fight back to back. Very similar to when you were in the fighter pit in the Xanathar lair. You feel him, and knowing that he is behind you, ready to go to keep you guarded, so you do not get flanked yourself. It is now the lair action's turn. And you watch as one of the little glowing orbs begins to float.
No.
Right next to you, Patty.
Mm-hmm.
And
as it kind of brushes up against you, there's a spark.
9 to hit you.
Oh, heck no, honey. Try again.
Okay. All right. And kind of this one just kind of appeared kind of right next to you. And it's just bobbing, just waving back and forth. And that is its turn. It is now...
And then pulling herself up from the cold stone 15 feet behind you, Voss. She reaches up and goes,
You never loved me. You sucked away my family's wealth to make it your own.
as she reaches out and tries to attack you.
Madam, we have never met.
What?
Okay. Do that instead. Okay.
I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Cool.
As coming up from the ground is this dust of ethereal grave dirt and bone shards, as similar to Seisha, this whirlwind of bone and ethereal dirt rushes around you. What'd you get on your strength
Despite
save?
this being my worst save, this might work. A 19.
19 will do it. You're able to push through and not be guarded as you're like, lady, I've never met you. But you will still take half of this.
You take 11 slashing damage.
Okay. Just 11 slashing damage?
Oh, hold on.
I heard a lot of dice roll there. All right.
And 13 necrotic damage.
Can I uncanny dodge the slashing damage?
You absolutely can.
Cool. I will reduce that because I don't think I can uncanny dodge necrotic.
V, you are raging.
Yes, I am. I am going to do Spirit Shield.
Okay.
Rushing in to tackle you out of this whirlwind is a Spine Cleaver, as he rips you away, and you take
-7.
And you take 7 away from that total.
Nice. That's
you are not wrapped up within the whirlwind of grave dust and bone shard. And with that,
give a respectful nod to the spirit that protected me and a nod to V.
And with that, with almost burning embers of hate in her eyes, she sinks and disappears back through the floor.
Gotta get her pinned down somehow.
V, it is your turn.
All right. So I'm gonna rack it. He's still right there in front of me. Yeah. Let's see. That is Voss behind me, right?
Voss is directly behind you. Yes. You just have this one right here.
Okay. I'm gonna go reckless again. I can do that.
Okay. Absolutely.
So let's see. That's gonna be 24 to hit.
24 will definitely hit.
Yay! And that is gonna be 16 points of damage.
Okay.
And then next one is gonna be 26 to hit.
26 hits.
And that's gonna be 12 points of damage.
Bringing the Behir blade up and carving to almost like an X into its chest. You watch as it splits open and is almost like apparating and disapparating as it just is flickering away, barely able to hang on his existence.
Okay.
That is your turn, Venlee.
Venlee looks over and sees Seisha in this whirlwind still, and she's gonna point her wand forward and look at the spirit and say, "Leave her alone." As she casts, oh my god, as she casts Guiding Bolt at 4th level for natural 20.
And which one are you?
The one by Seisha.
Okay, got it.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That's a total of 54 radiant damage.
Oh, something that's new. due to certain things, we're changing the way
Lingering damage works. It's now 40 points of damage.
It's going to increase by 5 every level that you guys have, so it'll be a 40 threshold. This will definitely cause that, though.
It doesn't matter. What does your guiding bolt look like?
Normally it's the yellow golden energy, but coming out of Venlee's wand, there's a soul that pulls its way out of her wand, and it's lit by that same blue-black fire as it slams into this creature's chest.
And it, in like the flames of this radiant, the radiant flames engulf it as it goes up, and when the flames die out, there is nothing left.
And then she will run towards Seisha, not getting close enough to the cyclone to cause damage to herself, and she'll call out for Seisha, like, take my hand. As
You want to be within 5 feet of Seisha? Which
Yes.
is, that's close enough to not be.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily. So yeah, you call out, Seisha, you do not hear Venlee's voice.
All you hear is the whirlwind, and it sounds like screaming souls all around you.
That's nice.
Patty.
Patty is going to use her bonus action first and direct Bailey to the one that's running away from it. Go and get him, little guy.
And its little wings flap as it.
Oh, it's totally like, dukes up, ready to go. It's
Yeah.
even like doing like a bob and weave thing going on
Yep.
here, and like, brushing the nose every so often. And that is going to be an 18.
18 hits.
I keep getting a lot of 18s tonight. And that is, mathing is fun, 9 points.
And with that, you watch as Bailey comes up, kind of does a little bob, brushes the nose, and it just boom right into the face of the jaw of this being. As you watch as it goes back, and as it does, it dissipates.
Okay, cool. And then she's
watches in disbelief as this tiny armed winged thing bursts this thing into powder and just cocks his head over at it.
It'll like wave. And then turning to the will-o-wisp right next to her. Sorry, DM moment. Sorry, the strange light standing next to Patty.
It's fine. You are an 8th level cleric of Jurgle.
It's a will-o-wisp.
So she's going to have some fun and looked at it like, and aren't you a little shit? And she's going to try and sacred flame that one.
Okay,
It's another dex save.
That is.
It's pretty squirrely.
It is pretty squirrely.
It's really squirrely.
That is going to be a 24.
Oh, then it manages to dodge.
Yeah, it just just kind of goes in a little loop as your sacred flame just hits the ground, and then it just bobs, calmly. Just
she'll kind of like squint an eye at it.
Those bonus action.
You gonna move?
Nope, she's gonna stay.
Okay.
Seisha.
Hi.
You are going to take 18 points of necrotic damage.
That's halved.
Sorry.
9.
9 points of necrotic damage.
Got it. Okay.
Hold on. I rolled the wrong dice.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
Are they going to be higher or lower?
You take 9 points of necrotic damage. I rolled the exact same on the new set of dice.
And go ahead and make your strength saving throw.
Well, for my action, so I have to do my action.
Yes, do your action. That's at the end of the turn. Yes, do your action.
Yeah, for my action, I'm going to cast 20 more or actually 15 from Lay on Hands.
Okay. You heal yourself for 15.
Yup. Do it this way. And then I will attempt to break out.
All right.
16.
As you spin around, just being completely engulfed in this, you just feel the warmth of Agma flow over you, blessed through you with your divine form, as you reach out and you feel something grab your arm. And it feels solid and real, and you pull out and you're standing right next to Venlee.
As you watch as this whirlwind of bone and ethereal dust just evaporates as you break out with the aid of Venlee.
Oh, thanks.
No problem.
Ow.
All right.
Going after you, V.
V, this missing jaw warrior makes 2 attacks at you. The first one is an 18.
Okay.
Second one.
That hits.
Second one is also going to hit. That's going to be a 23 on the second one.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Almost
fine.
doing the same motion as you. It carves 2 X patterns into your chest as you take a total of 20 force damage. That is 10 on the first one and 10 on the second one.
Nice. Got it.
That is its turn. That brings us to this little floating little bauble, just happily floating. You're not allowed to roll this time.
Does a 5 hit you?
Oh,
Yeah, I rolled a natural 1.
nice. Yeah, it just it doesn't even attempt to hit you. It just bobs.
Yeah.
And like Patty like start like bobbing with it.
Boss.
Can I squeeze through to flank with V on the other side of this thing?
Yeah, you can 5, 10, 15, 20 feet of movement will get you there.
Cool. I do that then, and I will attack it.
All right, sounds good.
See if we can deal with these guys before we start dealing with the other thing. 20 to hit.
20 hits.
Go. And hey, that's a good sneak attack. 25 points of damage.
Nice.
25 total?
Yes.
Okay, so you swing your Moonblade Rapier through him, and you feel parts of his form trail away, and it doesn't look like it's doing that much damage until the tendrils that pull away completely vanish his form.
As almost like pulling a string, it unravels. As you did just enough.
Awesome. Okay. Knowing extremely little about the undead or whatever it is, but knowing that having been in enough of these things, that there's usually some weird point of contact. Is there anything in this room they look like they're defending, channeling, drawing something from that Voss in his limited capacity could notice?
Make an intelligence check?
Yeah, I know this is a weird request.
Yeah, it would be intelligence.
It's a 19.
Yeah.
You get the sense that these spectral warriors are protecting her.
Okay.
You're not really sure what. From the little bit that she said, there's not a lot to go on. So
Okay.
Make your conclusions as you get it.
Okay. Nothing really I can communicate to the rest of the group. We can count that as a bonus action. If not, I'm drinking a potion.
You can drink a potion.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that is how I end my turn.
Okay.
I'm not moving anywhere. There's
alright.
no need.
Layer action. All right. Yeah, there we go. Kind of appearing, you see some more of these little dancing lights that just kind of
Float in through
Float
the
in through
wall
the
and the
wall,
ground,
yeah.
and all around you, just filling the room more with these dancing lights.
and you watch as they all just kind of float up and kind of just bobble in and kind of appear next to all of you.
Oh no.
Where's my mine look like a beholder?
Yours is the actual Will-O-Wisp mini. The others are the dancing light minis from WizKids.
Okay.
Can verify, yes.
Yep. But they make wonderful Will-O-Wisp minis.
Yeah.
They do.
So with those that come in, we'll start with the one on you, Seisha.
Sure.
Does a 22 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Shit.
Let's see if I can do better.
You take 11 points of lightning damage as it just kind of floats up to you, bumps into your armor, and there is like a jolt through your metal armor.
Seisha screams and kind of staggers a little bit.
Venlee, still holding onto your hand, pulls you back up as much as she can.
Venlee, a 21 to hit you.
Normally, yes, but I cast shield. My AC is now 24.
Yeah, you see it hovering up to you, and you're like, and you see Seisha for a second as you look over, and you're like, nope. As this ethereal shield kind of forms in front of you. Voss. A 19 to hit you.
That is.
All right. You are going to take 15 lightning damage.
Can I uncanny dodge this?
You can uncanny dodge it. You just had your turn, so you got your reaction back. So yeah, as it shocks you. I mean, you see this little. You've seen them floating around, and they've brushed up against you, and there was never any real harm. This one kind of just brushes up against you, and it is a like jolt of electricity as it shocks you.
Rand.
V. You reckless last time, so it will have advantage. And with advantage, a 13 does not hit you.
Nice.
Yay!
Yay!
And lastly,
Little victories.
No, that one was already there. Okay. Yep. That is the layer action. It is now her turn.
and then right in front of her. Yeah. I meant other one. Out of play. V.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta say.
I know. Patty.
Yep. You gotta
So-
say Patty.
Forming up from behind you, you hear the ghostly wail of the woman just emerging up from the stone behind you.
You stripped the city of its life and sold away its soul to the highest bidder.
Let's see if it gets it. Does not.
So it's going to take 2 attacks against you.
I didn't do shit, lady.
Not you, Patty. It's on Patty.
Oh, I thought it was on me. My bad.
That is a 17 to hit you.
17 just hits.
Okay, and a 26.
All
That'll
right.
hit too.
So both attacks hit you. I need you to make a first one on the first hit. Go ahead and make a con save.
Okay.
You're going to take.
That is, it's a 12.
Well,
12 is gonna fail.
you feel your life being sucked out of you as you just become extremely tired, severely winded, as it's hard to breathe, as this oppressive presence is around you. You gain a level of exhaustion.
Ooh.
You're also going to take 27 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Okay.
And we need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
So as the second one hits you,
Okay. Oh, that one's much better. This time it's a 19.
Okay.
all right. You feel it. You feel your body begin to seize up as it has hit you both, almost feeling like it's pulling on your soul itself. And I need you to make a third Constitution saving throw.
Oh my gosh.
Heavens to Betsy.
On the second attack, you're going to take 18 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then let me know what that second con save is.
That
Or the
third con save
third con
is
save.
a 23.
And you are fine. With that, as the second hit cuts into you, you feel yourself begin to also weaken again, but you grit your teeth and pull through as you do not take another level of exhaustion.
Oh, cool.
And with that, you watch.
Let me count it. How far away is that? She still has 10 feet.
And with that, she will disappear. You will get an attack of opportunity.
I was gonna say, do I get an attack of opportunity with that one?
Absolutely do.
Then she is going to absolutely guiding bolt this bitch.
Do you have Warcaster?
Do I have Warcaster? Oh wait, no, attack opportunity. So I'm gonna use my. I don't have Warcaster.
Okay, so it will need to be your flail attack.
Yep, I was gonna say I'm gonna use my flail instead. So that is. I haven't played with this one yet. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
And I got full damage, so that's 12.
All right, nice.
Is there anything special about this flail?
Yeah, it's magic.
Okay.
Yes.
12 damage, or you say 12 damage?
Yeah, full damage, 12.
Yeah, it connects with, and you hear the crunching of bone as some of the shards burst as she sinks through the floor.
Nice.
All right, that is
her turn. V, it is your turn.
Alrighty, so, wait. Who's that in front of me? That's not the guy.
That's the wisp.
Nope, there's a little floating little globule of light in front of you.
No, I mean, is that Voss, like by
That's
the
Voss.
pillar?
Yeah.
Okay. He just moved positions. Yeah, so there's a glowy thing. I try to whack it.
Okay.
I guess, because I'm unsure what to do with this thing.
Yeah, fair.
I will do so recklessly.
Okay.
And that will be a 23 to hit.
A 23 will hit.
And will it cause 8 points of damage?
8 points. Got it.
And I'm gonna do it again. 24.
24 will hit.
12 points of damage.
Nice. You
Hey.
swing and carve into this little globule of light, and it hits, and you see sparks of electricity kind of as it's like barely holding its form together as you hit it twice. All right, you gonna move? You gonna stay there?
Still up? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here. I don't really know what else to do. I'm just more bewildered by it than anything. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yep. All right, Venlee.
Venlee is going to look to Seisha next to her, see how hurt she is, and just quickly reach over, put her hand on her face, and look her in the eye and say, "You are safe." And she'll cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
Nice.
Oh, yay.
15. Oh, I'm an idiot. I just clicked out of it. It's 18.
18.
I forgot to add the +3.
It's okay. Seisha.
So impatient.
Venlee says this, and you feel the warm, healing energy wash into you from Venlee.
Can I make a clarification?
Please do.
As she reaches out and touches her face and says, "You are safe," the shadow from her armor seeps into her armor, and she feels the chill of the grave disappear as it works its way down.
Seisha feels the chill of the grave?
Disappear as the shadows work down.
Yes, it's like pulling away from you and washing away from you. So less warmth, but more so the absence of cold.
The return of warmth.
Yeah. As she pulls you further from your death.
Thanks, sis.
All right. You gonna move? Bonus action?
As a bonus action, she pulls out her second wand, the one with a blue flame on the end.
Got it.
Ready.
All right. That brings us to Patty Jameson.
Well, this is a fun little pickle. She's going to send Bailey to start attacking the one that is next to Voss.
I don't know if Bailey can get there.
Is the one next to
20.
V?
20 can't get to the one on Voss, but can get to the one on V.
Oh, is that V? Yeah, then one on V.
Yeah.
Move here.
Go.
Okay, so he's gonna do his, beat him up, knock him out.
Yep. Yep. Fisticuffs.
Let me add.
That's a 15.
A 15 misses.
Oh, he whiffs.
Yeah, as he swings and it just bobs and spins around Bailey.
He'll like cross his arms and pout then. And Patty is going to. I'm gonna stick with Sacred Flame. On the one.
Right. Sacred Flame, the Will-O-Wisp.
Yep.
In front of
That's
you?
Dex.
That is a 25.
It makes it.
As it moves very fast out of the way.
Okay.
That is Patty's turn. That brings us to Stacia.
Hey, okay. I'm going to attack the one. Let's see. Well, Venlee's beefy these days, so I'm going to attack the one on me.
Yep, fair.
I think in the situation, you are both less armored and less hardy.
Yeah.
I was about to say, how's it feel to have less hit points than me?
You know what? I will learn metal just to get you back.
Oh my god.
That's 23 to hit, and I'm going
23 will hit.
So I'm smiting on this one.
Okay. This is an undead, so you do get your extra D8 damage.
Awesome. That's going to be 16 points of damage, radiant damage, and an additional. My weapon is magicked.
Yes, it is.
Additional 10 points.
Nice. And with that, you cut down, and with the smite, the scroll forming connects, and you watch as this little will-o-wisp.
And she will turn and face the one in front of Venlee.
Yep. And that you do. Anastasia's turn. It is now the will-o-wisp turn. The one on Venlee is going to little.
It's gonna boop her.
Gonna boop you. All right. Venlee, that. Oh yeah. You duck out of the way as it misses you horribly with a 6.
Oh wow.
Voss. You watch as this one kind of comes up. A 23 to hit you. As it jolts you, you're going to take 7 points of lightning damage.
Good.
And V, the one on you, that is a 21 to hit you.
Is anyone really hurting right now?
Yes.
Okay, you just got hit, right?
Stacia, I believe, is still bloodied. Oh no, she's a little over being bloodied.
She did not get hit.
Okay, I thought you did. My bad.
No.
No, Voss just got hit.
Voss got hit. Okay.
7 points.
You take 15 points.
Of lightning damage.
I take 15 points.
Yep.
Okay.
And
You can shield
Patty,
yourself, I think.
I'm assuming a 13 is going to
Can't
miss.
shield myself.
You can't?
No, I can only shield other people.
Did you hear that, Patty? 13 to hit you?
Doesn't hit.
Okay, yeah. It moves and you just kind of like whack at it with your.
Just bop it with a flail. No. No.
I'm sorry. What did you roll to hit me again?
A 21.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Sorry.
And it was 15 damage.
Okay, yeah. In my mind, they were
Switched
15.
to. I figured that's what happened. Voss, it is your turn.
I will attack this thing in front of me.
Yeah, fair.
Okay. 25 to hit.
25 hits.
See if I can kill it though. Hopefully in one shot. 24 points of damage.
And waiting for, like, just kind of timing it, watching it bob as you kind of move your blade like a conductor's wand, and then feint and slash the last second. You cut it and bisect it in two as it.
And it comes back together.
You did 24 points of damage.
Halved?
Oh, right.
Okay. despite that, and feeling like we're slowly being overwhelmed here, Voss moves towards the gazebo.
Okay.
Put you right here.
Okay. Bonus action, drink potion again.
Okay.
What about 3?
That is that.
That's me.
That's you. Layer action.
Yeah.
You watch as coming out of the center, is
One more of those ethereal warriors stepping out.
Oh no!
Matching the man that lies upon the top of the sarcophagi and stands next to V now.
Hey.
Okay, it is now its turn.
By the way, the sarcophagi on this are beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Some were made by us, some were rich whiz kids, and some are other things.
They're really nice.
It's full.
Yeah.
Well,
Coming out of the floor.
Yep. Near the center sarcophagi, pulling herself up out of the floor, she looks towards you, Voss, again, and goes,
You ignored our son! Our son! Your own endeavors, always looking to your home in the north.
Excuse me?
Boss, I need you to make a strength save.
Okay.
As the whirlwind torrent of this bone shard cyclone,
Maybe 15.
unable to get out of the way in time as you are enveloped in this. You are blind and deafened.
oh God. That first hit's a doozy.
You take 21 points of slashing damage.
Uncanny dodge that.
Yep. So 10.
Mm-hmm.
And 23 necrotic damage.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm still up, barely.
And will then disappear back into the floor. But yeah.
Yep. V, it is your turn. Did you use your? You did not. You did just see Voss take a bunch of damage.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
use,
did.
Yeah, I was gonna use. In my mind, I was like, wait for Seisha to be damaged, but then I realized right now. So yeah, I'll use Spirit Shield for Voss, I guess.
Yep.
Fine, no problem. So 11.
Thank you.
You can heal 11 back from the damage.
Decent amount.
Decent amount.
Thank you.
As you
I guess I'll allow
Get for
it. God.
abandoning her.
Mhm.
As you watch shadows form up from around and start spinning in the opposite direction of the whirlwind, you see Wraithborn just kind of focusing towards that area, as then she can't hold the power and dissipate the whirlwind, but saves you from some of the damage.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
V, it's your turn.
Cool. So I'm a beat the shit out of that light thing. That
Okay.
fairy. That
Yeah,
fairy.
you have
thing.
that, and you have one of the spectral warriors next to you as well. So you have two.
Well,
two
I'm
targets.
hoping this first hit will just kill the first one because it seems
It
pretty
is
damaged.
quite possible. What did you do to hit?
So that is going to be a 24, and the damage will be a 13.
13 damage. With that, you cut into it and take it out.
Down like a mosquito.
Oh, damn.
All right, and then I'm gonna go for the next I know you used a different little thing, but is it just another light, another wisp?
No, so that's what you just took out. You have a spectral warrior, one of the.
It's like a tall dude. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna reckless that because I'm just a reckless person, and that's gonna be 22 to hit, and 18 points damage.
18 damage. Got it.
Yip, yip, yip. What's everyone's health at? Katie's low. Boss, I assuming is low.
Well, you won't be able to tell numbers unless you do medicine checks, but.
Well, not numbers, but just kind of get a sense
Visually,
that like. Yeah.
Visually, I think Voss looks rough and Seisha looks rough, but they don't look injured.
Yeah,
they just look very.
I look close to bloodied, but okay.
Some of the scrapes and cuts across their form were from the whirlwind.
Hard to tell on me because I'm in the middle of a maelstrom right now.
You are.
I'm gonna assume bad because you're in the middle of the maelstrom.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a safe assumption to make.
Okay, cool.
Venlee.
Venlee's going to present her Wand of Magic Missiles and expend 3 charges from it. And that's going to be 5d4.
What are you doing it at?
4 are going at the one in front of me. 1 is going back towards the one in front of Patty.
Got it.
All right. So that's 4 to the one on Patty.
Okay.
And then 9 plus 4. Sorry, I have to use the custom dice roller for this because
Okay, I got it. You just tell me that. It sounds good. I can enter it in. So perfect. They arc out and slam into it. You see it flicker a bit, but it's still floating and hovering there as the one shoots out and slams into the one next to Patty. Patty, you see this magic missile arc past your ear and slam into the will-o-wisp in front of you.
For a moment, you thought it was going to hit you.
Good aim.
Thank you.
All right, that's Venlee. Patty, it's your turn.
Patty's gonna shout out to everyone. Today's not the day we're entering our names, kids. And she's gonna cast Mass Healing Word.
Hey, that's nice of you.
And then that's 8 points for everyone.
Everybody heals 8.
Take
Yummy 8.
And then she's gonna turn to the will-o-wisp next to her. However, for you, you little shit, and she's gonna attack it with her flail.
Love it. I love it.
Hopefully it is your day. And that is going to be a 16.
A 16 will miss.
No!
As it zooms out of the way.
Suckers.
They are very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That is
it for Patty.
You gonna move? You gonna stay there?
I'm staying where I am.
All right. Copy that.
Seisha, it is your turn.
Awesome. I have a question. I don't know if this is possible or not. Having been in it, do I think that somebody could have actually pulled me out of it? Or did I have to pull myself from it?
I guess someone could offer you a help action.
Yep.
As their action, but they can't they can't roll the strength roll. They can just give you.
Yeah, it is a saving throw, not a check. So again, you can offer the help action, which would give them advantage on their roll.
Right.
But you cannot pull someone out of it.
Okay. I'm going to run over. She's going to look at Venlee. You got this one? Okay. And she's going to run over to Voss.
Okay.
And
it's going to take an attack of opportunity on you.
That's fine.
It'll miss you.
Okay. She thrusts her hands in and her hand glows as she reaches out for his, and she uses her healing hands ability to heal him for 8 more.
Okay, so heal 8, Voss.
Sweet, I'll take it.
Come on, Voss. Time to leave. This thing.
I would give you a reply if I could hear you.
Yeah.
And the spectral phantom warrior pulls out this
spectral longsword as he swings it at you, arcing at your thighs. That is going to, I believe, hit you with a 22.
Yeah, that hits me.
You are going to take 11 force damage. And as you kind of stagger down a bit, it comes up with an overhanded arc to kind of catch you off guard, but you bring the Bahir blade up and catch it and push it out of the way. As an 8 will miss you.
Yes. I mean, both will miss me, but...
Yes. And that brings us to the Will-O-Wisps. The one that Voss was attacking will hover over to you, V, and will attack with advantage because you reckless attacked.
Yeah.
Oh.
16.
That's my same. That's same.
Okay.
AC. That's the.
Yes, it'll hit you.
It hits me.
12 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
A 9 will miss you, Patty. Venlee. A 7 will miss you. And those are the 3 that are left. And that brings us to Voss at the start of your turn. You take 17 points of necrotic damage.
I'm gonna spirit shield that.
You absolutely can.
Has it been her turn?
That's a lot of damage.
Okay. I'll take it.
4.
So take away 4.
It's something.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna knock it.
You look as the shadows continue to help try to keep it back from you. You are blind and deaf, but you do have a turn.
Okay.
You felt someone touch you, and you felt you felt better from that touch, but you're not sure who or what touched you.
I'm spinning around in the maelstrom. I would like to get out of this, so I'll make that check at the end of the turn. May I unfurl the grappling hook, let it fly, and hope it catches into something to assist myself to pull myself out of this bullshit that I'm currently in?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a percentile die.
Roll them dice, bros. 25.
25. You feel it spin out, and you feel as it catches something, and you feel it go taut. Seisha, you feel as a sharp pain embeds into your side.
You wanted to help.
3 points of piercing
You're
damage.
going to take 3 points of piercing damage as you look down, and there is a grappling hook embedded into your thing. I will say that you can roll a d4 and add it to your saving throw.
I'll take it. I'll take it. That's a 4, so that's helpful. That is a 16.
16.
And you watch as it goes taut. Seisha, you lean down, you kind of grab it and pull. Using it, you pull and you feel it wrench yourself as the shadows go backwards, stopping it with the help of V and Shadow Walker as you pull yourself free and it dissipates. You are no longer blind or deaf or
Really?
trapped.
A grappling hook?
Oh my gosh.
We are in a situation. I am sorry.
Okay.
I gently pull it out of you. Like taking it out of a fish you don't want to hurt.
Right, thank you. That's very,
So that's my action. I got bonus.
Doesn't mean it doesn't hurt the fish.
I spy the gazebo. What do I see on it? Because that's where everything started from this.
It did not. It started from her tomb. It started from her sarcophagus. It did not start. She just came out when it first appeared by the gazebo.
Okay.
After she appeared in her sarcophagus.
I drink the 3rd potion then, because that's
okay.
That's my...
You cannot. You made that save at the end of your turn.
Oh, okay. All right, that's my turn then.
Yep. Nothing happens on the layer action.
Yep.
As you watch as Venlee coming up behind you.
Uh-oh.
15 feet away.
She pulls herself up, and you hear,
You hate those that are not like you, but the city thrives on the conglomerate of all that reside within Toril.
and she's going to reach out towards you.
As the maelstrom comes up, Venlee looks at her and
It
says,
does not come up.
"Oh, okay." She just
She's
looks at her.
actually, her claws are cut, like spectral claws are coming towards you.
Oh, good. Even better. She looks at her and says, "Do I look like your husband? Dude, seriously, wake up."
16 to hit.
Miss.
And a 25 to hit.
That hits even with shield.
Okay, so the first one scrapes off of your new half plate as it protects you from this spectral claw. The second one hits, going through it, tearing into your flesh. You're going to take...
I'm gonna have to fix that.
...24 points of slashing damage. Is that with the +3?
No.
27 points of slashing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
All right. So that's an 11.
That is going to be a fail. You feel your strength sapped from you as this hits you. You're going to take a level of exhaustion.
Gotcha. And I did get a for that concentration check on Shield of Faith. I got a 24.
Okay, got it. Great.
Seisha's gonna yell at this point. Everybody group up! She's appearing around us!
And with that, you watch as she sinks back into the floor. All right, that is going to be its turn. V, it is your turn.
Alrighty. Let's see.
You got a will-o-wisp and a phantom warrior on you.
Okay, so I am going to, when I use a potion, is that a bonus action?
That is a bonus action.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to use my first greater healing potion.
Ooh, a greater.
Yeah, that's, God, remind me, 4d4 plus 4 or something?
Yes.
Did I make that up? Okay.
Yeah, 44 plus 4,
It
that's
sounds
it.
fake. Probably because we're called D4. All right. Okay, so I'm going to heal for 12.
Okay, heal 12.
Yeah. And then I am going to attack big boy, not little wispy boy.
Got
big
it.
one. Normally.
Attack.
17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Okay, and that's going to be for 12 points of damage. And I swing
12
again.
Got it.
And that is going to be for a 14 hit.
14 does not hit. You watch as he brings up a shield and it slams and scrapes off of it.
The first attack cuts through him and pulls away parts of his form.
Okay.
That is going to be.
I said it's some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Venlee.
That caught me off guard. I thought the spirit was my turn. Hold on. Let's see. Venlee will drink a potion
Okay.
as a bonus action. Come on, healing 5.
Okay.
And then she is going to ready her action with a 4th level guiding bolt for when she reappears. She's just going to try and hit.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
That is going to be Venlee's turn. Patty.
All right, Patty's gonna shout, "Get the other one!" And she's pointing to the. Let's go with the spirit, not with the will-o-wisp.
Okay.
To start.
As Bailey floats on over.
Yep, it's gonna just start hopefully making some contact. And that is going to be a mathing. 22 to hit.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that'll
yeah.
definitely hit.
Okay, so then that is going to be 6 points.
Just cold clocks him right across the jaw, staggers back a bit, but still standing.
Of course it is. And then Patty is going to... hell, she's going to attempt to swing with her flail at the Will-O-Wisp right on top of her.
Okay.
See if we can get some contact, finally. And that is going to be a 19 to hit, maybe?
19 will hit.
Freaking
Just
sweet! Okay.
barely.
Oh,
Wow.
just barely. Thank you. So that's 6.
6 points.
As you slam into it and connect, you watch as there's this spark as it kind of triggers a bit.
That is your turn.
Okay.
Seisha.
Seisha is going to hold her action, waiting for the spirit to reappear, at which point she's going to move and attack it.
Okay. Just so you know, you cannot move and attack.
Yeah, you can only move or attack. So you
Well,
have to.
She's going to hold her action in hopes it appears on her and Voss, because maybe she'll get lucky. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Can I reach the one that's on V, the big one?
You can.
Okay, she's going to move there and attack him.
Okay. You come up next to Bailey, the cherub.
Oh, hi, Bailey. And
He said hi.
that's a dirty 20 to hit.
A dirty 20 hits.
I'd like to smite.
Okay, it is undead, so you can get your extra D8.
Woohoo! All right, that's going to be 16. Oh, no, sorry. I've got to add in 17 points of, I guess, radiant / magic damage.
And with that, you bring your sword down and it carves through, and you just watch as it dissipates.
Hey, we got to get back with the rest of the group.
Okay.
And I'm assuming I don't have any movement left.
You don't. It took all of your movement to get there.
Cool. All right.
Is that
On Patty.
Okay.
That is a strong 12 to hit you, Patty.
No.
Venlee? That is a natural 20 to hit you.
Oh.
Oh no. Patty, are you low?
Patty didn't get hit. Venlee is getting hit.
Venlee is
Oh,
getting.
Venlee's getting hit. My bad.
Venlee got crit.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Well, in that case, I will spirit shield you.
Okay, you're gonna take 27 points of lightning damage minus
4.
as Lo comes running over at the last second and just grabs it. You watch as her hand kind of jolts as the electricity shoots in, absorbing some of that hit on you. So you're going to take 23 points of lightning damage.
Finley looks up at Lo and says, "Good to see you again."
And she just nods at you, and kind of like that's like same, like so glad to see you back as well.
Yeah.
Nod. Will you make me a concentration check for Shield of Faith, please? DC on that is going to be 11.
It's an 8.
8. All right. You lose Shield of Faith. The shadows coming off just evaporate out as you lose concentration.
Boss, it is your turn.
No, wait, hold on. Before that, we have one more that's attacking V.
Oh,
Did you do that?
Oh,
You-
solid.
You reckless, right?
No, I didn't reckless.
You didn't. Oh, that's good, because the second roll was a natural 20, but the first roll was a 19 on the die. So that is going to
So it didn't really matter.
23. Oh, it's not a crit, though. That is 6 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
Now, boss, it is your turn.
Not seeing a clear way to quell the spirit aside from just fighting it now. Move, bonus action, dash, so I can flank with Venlee.
Okay.
The other side of the Will-O-Wisp.
You don't need to dash. You can get there with your 30 feet of movement.
To flank?
To flank with
Venlee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought we're going back to back with Venlee, not flank the Will-O-Wisp. But I got what you're saying now.
I need to attack. That should hit. It's a 26.
26 will definitely hit.
And that is 17 points of damage.
Have to.
That is my turn.
Yeah, and you carve into it and just barely see it hanging on as it's flickering harshly. As the low magic of the moon rapier doesn't quite have enough to get through the defenses of this ethereal undead glowing orb. And appearing 15 feet behind you, Patty, you watch as she materializes up from the ground once again.
My ready action go off.
It does.
That's a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
All right, that's gonna be 28 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
Yes, ma'am.
As the skull shoots out again, trailed by the blue and black flame.
It hits her as she
screams out in pain, unable to say anything this time as you caught her off guard casting as she appeared. But she is going to take 2 attacks against you, Patty. And with that pain, she winces out and completely loses concentration of the attack. That is,
it's gonna hit.
26 to hit on the second.
That hits. Con save?
And that will be a con save, correct.
Okay, that's a 16.
16 will just pass as you grit your teeth, as you feel the strength begin to be sapped out of you, as you take a walloping 25 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
But she used all of her movement to get there and does not sink back into the floor as her chest is emanating this ethereal blue glow against her green. The next attack against her will have advantage because of Guiding Bolt.
Nice.
That brings us to V's turn.
All right. I am going to attack the big one again.
He's gone.
He's gone. Yeah. Seisha got rid of him with her smite.
Then what's that in front
You
of
have a
him?
little willow
That's the
wisp.
cherub.
Yeah, so that is Patty's little cherub spiritual weapon.
Bailey.
Oh, it looks just like the big guy.
Yep. So that's Bailey.
Okay. I was confused for a second.
You have a will-o-wisp that you can attack if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack that one, and I'm gonna attack recklessly just in hopes that I kill it faster.
Okay.
Honestly.
Good.
So, 25 to hit,
25
hits.
will hit.
and that'll be 16 points of damage. And
16?
then 16.
With that, you cut into it and it evaporates.
Yay!
Evaporates.
Okay.
With the group.
Okay, fine. And I run to the group.
Okay, so 5, 2, and you move right next to Venlee with your 40 plus feet of movement. That is V's turn. You have a second attack. You come up on another one right next to you.
Yeah,
You
I'm gonna
wanna hit
attack. I'm gonna attack him too.
Okay, yeah.
That's gonna be a natural 20.
Don't even roll damage. It has 1 hit point. As you decimate it.
Yeah.
There's not even
Overkill.
a
So what I do is I actually turn the blade like flat side down and I just squish it.
You just smash it like a
I
bug.
just go smash it.
And like with an electrical splat, it just goes.
Look, that's exactly what I was going for.
Venlee.
Little stain, little shit stain.
Venlee turns and says, after having just cast that guiding bolt, she looks to the spirit again and say, "I'm sorry for disturbing your rest. It is time to go back to sleep." As she casts a 3rd level guiding bolt.
With advantage,
Mm-hmm.
because no one else is
Nice.
getting from your first getting roll.
That's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20 will hit.
And that is 33 points of damage.
And
I
again,
rolled-
that just angered, like just pure rage coming from this spirit.
And then Venlee's gonna take a cut. Actually, no, I'm out of actions. She'll look to Voss and hold out her hand, but that's all I can do this turn.
Okay, that brings us to Patty.
All right, Patty is going to place a hand on her chest and mutter, "I'm getting too old for this," and she's casting Cure Wounds on herself.
Okay.
And then, let me just check something here. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Hidden Step and turn invisible.
All right, you go invisible.
And then will I be able to sneak away then?
It will still get an attack of opportunity on you, but it will have disadvantage on the attack.
Yeah, I'm going to risk it.
So are you moving towards, I'm assuming, her?
Hell no, I'm moving towards the group.
Oh, fair.
We're forming up, baby. We're using tactics.
So that's 30. You can get
That's good.
so close.
That works.
All right, it is going to make its attack at disadvantage. That is a natural 1, which will miss you.
Lovely.
Yay!
All right. That's your. You still have your action, or was going invisible your action?
No, that was a bonus action. I did Cure Wounds on myself, which was my action.
Got it. Copy that. That is your turn.
Yep.
It is now Seisha's turn.
Okie dokie. There is nothing I can do to her and form up with the group. So Seisha is going to. Do I need to use movement and action to get to everybody? I can't.
Oh no, you're like.
Oh, okay.
5, 10, 15, 20. We'll get you right behind V.
I want to get in front of Venlee.
That is easily doable. That will be all of your movement, I believe. 5, 10, 15. Just kidding. That's 20 feet of movement. That'll get you right there.
Okay, sweet. And for my bonus action, I'm going to drink a potion.
That sounds great. You still have your action.
Heck, why not? For action, Seisha holds her hands down, her shield and sword, kind of holds them down, closes her eyes, and wisps of smoke pour out of her eyes, and her hair begins to float like she's underwater, and wings erupt from her back, with a fog pouring down off of them as she assumes her divine form.
Right. Right there. All right. And you go with that, and as that happens, that brings us to You're So Dead. Our final little will-o-wisp, who will just slowly start to make its way towards the group. It's got a pretty big flat speed.
It'll get right to you, Seisha. Bloop. It's going to attempt to shock you. It will not with a natural 1. A little startled by your form. Voss, it's your turn.
Okay, so we're all in one giant pile.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
You saw Patty disappear. You haven't seen where she is, but the rest of you are together.
I'll hold action, see if she appears within my range, and just wait to attack.
Okay. Ready a melee attack if she appears within it. Okay. With that, you watch as she disappears through the floor. Actually, hold on before she does that. Back.
Randomly rolled it.
Got it.
And appearing from the corner of the room, she pulls herself up from the depths of the floor and looks into your soul, Venlee, and says,
You weren't there in my pain. You left him to watch his mother decay. Yet, you were there to curse my soul, my family, to bind me here in pain. And I will make you pay!
And he's going to take 2 attacks against you, Venlee. I got the second one. 17 on the first one.
Shield.
Okay, the shield goes up, but the second one gets around it. Maybe not. I don't know. A 25.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. I thought so. With that, catches you in the side of your shield as you can't quite get it around in enough time. $27 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make another con save.
Hey, V.
Yes, Spirit Shield.
just that sad look. That's what he looks over. Please.
Can I have some spirit shields to help?
9.
So reduce that by 9.
So
18, 27, 18.
Oh, I'm still up.
I was like just about to say something right when you said
That
that.
was so cute.
As all 3 Low, Spine Cleaver, and Wraithborn stand as a wall in front of you as this rake of energy passes through them, and just the tips of her finger scrape against you and into your form.
What was your con save?
23.
And it's enough to maintain and not take that exhaustion. All right, that is. Nope. That's exactly 60 to get there. So she does not fall back in, as she does not have the movement to do so. Z, it is your turn. And just so you know, Voss. Oh, I'll wait until you put your headphones on. Just so you know, Voss, if you can switch out your readied action for a move if you so wanted to.
At this point in time, no.
Okay.
So I can still get to her if she just stays there.
But yeah, it was her turn. It's B's turn.
Yeah, it's B, your turn.
All
What are you
right.
doing?
Gonna wreck it.
He is 15 feet
Wreck
from
it.
you. So you
So I have to move to it, but I'm gonna wreck it. I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna smack it. Just
with rage as you roar, charging, Bahir Blade dragging behind you as you come, bringing it up and across her body. What did you do to hit?
25 to
25
hit.
will hit.
And 17 points of damage.
All right.
You cut across her as shards shatter against your blow as you see that green necrotic energy pouring out of her, leaking into the air and dissipating as it pours out. What's your second attack?
It's 23.
23 hits. Roll damage.
All right. That is also 17 points of damage.
Nice. Bringing it up and then back down, you come across, catching her into the side. It scrapes into the center and then you pull out. You just watch as she wails in just pain as you see tears begin to come down her face, but the tears are leaking as black necrotic energy that pours out and kind of almost similar to Seisha's smoke coming from her eyes, except for it's all coming down like tears as you do that massive amounts of damage to her.
Venlee, it is your turn.
Venlee is going to, as some would say, risk it for the biscuit. And she, with tears now in her eyes, looks up at this woman's soul and says, "Victim of a madman, be free," as she casts a second level guiding bolt at her.
You do not have advantage, sorry. Okay. With advantage. So regular attack.
That's 19.
19 will hit.
Don't click inflict wounds. That's not what this is.
You sure?
26.
You reach back and you look up, tears coming down your eyes as you call out to her. Sing us that swan song.
Hey,
Yay!
Nice.
There we go.
So she reaches up and she's now fully crying. And she says, "Victim of a madman, be free." And she releases her guiding bolt. And as it gets closer to her, the skull morphs and becomes fully radiant. And it washes over her. It doesn't hit her. It seemingly breaks the binds of whatever spell work and whatever magic he has used to curse her soul and freeze her spirit.
Awesome. And as it hits, you watch. And as it does, you watch as the bone fragments keeping her form shatter and explode in a burst of blinding radiant light. You all have to shield your eyes from the intensity of this. And as the kind of, globules of light that kind of hit when you are hit with bright lights fade and the room comes back into focus, hovering there in the place of this angered spirit, you see the beautiful visage of a human woman. Her hair billowing in the wind, very akin to Seisha's, though not smoke, just like she's floating in water. She wears an elegant, noble dress, completely translucent, that just kind of flows. The long sleeves billowing in the breeze, her hair, as she hovers in front of you, V. As she looks down at you.
Yeah?
Thank you for bringing me rest. And thank you for making my son happy.
Of course.
And as she reaches out and brushes your cheek, you feel the faintest cold against your cheek as her form wisps away and fades.
And fading, or not fading, but apparating and falling to the floor is a pile of bone white ashes.
And you all feel that dread that this room had immediately vanish as you feel the warmth and welcoming
of the Hallow once again take hold of this chamber.
You hear the bassy Gregorian chant and the angelic hymnal melody fill this room without the muddied, softened sounds.
V, are you okay?
He should have been here.
It may have been too much for him to be here, V. Can you imagine having to fight your mother if you loved her as much as he loved his?
I guess.
And to hear what his father did to her? As bad as it is that he wasn't, it may have been better.
And fading into you, you see your ancestors. And the last to join is Lo, as she puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "Bring home her love. You are a protector. You are Vedorok."
And with that, she fades back into you.
Seisha walks over to Venlee and casts Cure Wounds on her. Take 12 points of healing. Has anyone seen Patty?
V would feel two strong arms wrapping from behind her and just pulling her against her and just holds her. And you hear in a very soft voice, "Death can sometimes be the best release. She's at peace."
I feel like he should have been able to say goodbye or something.
And with those words, you see the form of Patty reform. I believe it only lasts a round.
Yeah, it's as soon as she does something, she appears.
And you, and holding you, you feel the warm, soft furriness of Patty's face nuzzled on you as she kind of gives you those words of encouragement before releasing you.
Seisha walks over and kind of moves V's hair out of her face. I know you think he should have been here. And I think you're right in a lot of respects. I don't know if he would find peace hearing that his father cursed his mother to what she was. That would break my heart.
V, if it makes you feel better, I did learn a new trick. Patty got to see it. The seance that Mama Ue did, I am now able to actually do that. I can give Rhaenyra a moment to say goodbye to his mother.
Okay.
Her spirit's free now, so she'd be able to answer it.
Yeah, we can do that. We should do that.
Yeah.
And that way he didn't have to see what his mother was capable of or put her down the way we had to.
So I shouldn't tell him what happened?
I think maybe we just tell him that her spirit was bound here and we freed it.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, you did good.
Thanks. I mean, we all did.
Yeah, but you were fighting something a little more complicated than the rest of us.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get out of here. I hate this room.
I find a small urn or something with which to contain it, and I gather her ashes into it.
Yep. You can find an urn.
Dump the other person out.
No, it's more so you actually find a vase full of flowers, and you can, or a vase full of flowers, and you can fill that.
Yeah, I think any urn in there would already have ashes in it.
Yeah.
As it seems to look to be the shape of the key hold, as it was urn in shape.
I take it, look to the rest of the group, and I say, "That's it. It's time."
Okay.
Y'all should go ahead and back. Patty and I will handle the cleanup here.
Okay.
All right.
I'll meet you at
And
the
as
cabin.
you all
You gather up the ashes, put it into the vase, and start heading out.
and
Miss Patty,
Aye, kiddo.
can I call you Auntie Patty?
You better.
Thanks.
And Seisha gives her a big hug.
And she'll hug right back. And as she's hugging Seisha, she looks at all of them. Anytime you need hugs, come find Auntie.
We'll be finding you a lot.
You better.
V hugs Patty again.
No, it's
'Cause
just like
it's-
she's just like pulling them all together.
Because it's normal for her, like, to stand up.
And then as everyone leaves and they're fully out of eye shot, Venlee will hug Patty for an extended period of time.
Patty doesn't say a word. She just holds her.
And then they clean.
Mm-hmm.
And as you all make your way back and pay respects, making sure that the crypt is as it should be, Patty, you return back to the parish of Lionsbane for your day to finish your daily duties. As very interesting day. Probably the most interesting you've had in, well, second most interesting you've had in the past couple days. And I think with that, we are going to end tonight's session.
It was a good ending. Yay. Yay.
Thank you so much, V, for joining us today and bringing Patty into our lives. We love furball hugs, and I think we could all use a furball hug.
Right?
I love Patty. She's so great.
Patty is amazing.
And her cauldron of everything.
Her bag of everything.
Pouch of everything.
Yep.
It's not a bag of holding. It's just a bag of, crazy old aunt.
Speaking of cauldrons of everything, if you haven't already done so, please enter #Beyond in the
Hashtag
chat
Beyond.
to win a digital copy of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
It has everything.
It has everything. Subclasses upon subclasses. If you, just as a note, this week's winner will be the pre-order. It does release on the 17th, so next Tuesday, or Tuesday, should I say, this upcoming Tuesday.
Yeah.
Of note of that.
Yeah. So you'll be able to retrieve your winnings when it is fully released on D&D Beyond.
Yes.
So if you go and try and enter it now, it won't work. Just pre-warn. Also enter
Couple of days.
Eldritch. Yeah. #Eldritch if you have not done so already, to make your own, or to win the possibility of making your own free miniature from Eldritch Foundry at eldritchfoundry.com. It's all the miniatures that we use.
Yep.
And we're getting a Patty soon, and V, as in V Muse, believe you have a painting channel, maybe? Is that right?
I do have a YouTube channel. It's a VOD library of how to paint miniatures and how to make terrain and do fun things like that. And you can also, come and see me over on the WizKids channel too, where every so often I do belongs as well.
That's right. And I will 100% say that we learned a lot of our terrain building from watching V's channel.
Yeah,
way back when we were trying to figure out how to do this crazy terrain building thing.
But also, hopefully, in the future, you will be receiving a Patty Mini, and hopefully we will see you painting this lovable anti-furbolg.
I hope so.
Yep. All right, we got some winners. As winner of the Eldritch Foundry miniature is, I'm gonna butcher this name and I am so sorry, Sukideki
Tsukidekyo. I believe I probably butchered that, and I'm so sorry. But the winner of the that is the winner of the Eldritch Foundry miniature. The winner of the Tasha's Cauldron of Everything is Brian Cortijo. I probably butchered that, and again, I'm sorry for that.
We will be reaching out to you via Twitch Whispers, so please be on the lookout for that, and we will have all the information for you there.
Yeah. Thank you for a wonderful session. Thank you, viewers, for sticking with us as we went a little over today. And as always, be excellent to each other.
May you always roll with advantage. Good night, everyone.
Bye.